Once again, folks, good evening and welcome to Valhalla High School. My name's John Owens, and I'll be helping you out tonight. Enjoy some Valhalla football along with some students here at Valhalla, and we're going to get things going here pretty soon with a little pregame informational session. Right now, we got both teams warming up on the field. We have 19 minutes till till we have kickoff. We're going to honor some special people and have a special coin toss. So we got a few minutes left. So if you want to go grab yourself some popcorn, a soda, call your grandma, tell them to go to Facebook and look at our link. Get more people to watch this. Hopefully, bandwidth-wise, we'll be able to handle it. Right now, we're fingers crossed that we're not going to be too delayed. Please stick with us. We're only going to promise to get better each week, and I'll keep saying that. Hopefully, it'll come true. We'll bring you a smoother broadcast, better graphics, and hopefully even better internet. So right now, just take a moment, get yourself ready for some great season opener action here, Orange Nation TV. Once again, good evening, football fans. It's about 10 minutes till game time, as you can see by the feed that Mira Mesa is out, getting their final pregame preparations. Valhalla has gone back up to the locker room. Right now they're being treated to probably a marvelous pregame speech by Coach Bussey. The crowd is filling in. I see a lot of people eating some nachos, so it makes me hungry. But we're going to get things started. We're going to have a moment of silence here in about 5 minutes to commemorate the passing of a wonderful offensive line coach. Coach Yancey passed away a little less than a year ago, I believe. And obviously that hit the school very hard, and the team and the players, offensive players specifically that he coached. We're going to have a moment of silence, and we have some local celebrities flipping coins tonight from KUSI, from the PPR Pigskin Report. And then we're going to get going with this football game. As I said, this is our inaugural broadcast of Orange Nation TV. So this is our first time out. We're going to be a little sloppy here and there, and we are a student-run operation. We're going to get some students in here to start talking, and hopefully you enjoy. If you have time, once you hit us up on Twitter, you can get some live updates. If you get dropped from the webcast, please try to get right back on. And if you have any questions or comments, send us an email at orangenationtv@gmail.com. We'll be back shortly. All right, good evening. We're about ready to get things going here tonight. Our inaugural broadcast, or webcast rather, for Orange Nation TV. We have team captains meeting at the field for the coin toss. From Valhalla, you got number 7, your quarterback, Ramsey Romano. Number 50, Cole Anderson. Number 25, Jacko Waltz. And number 3, Spencer Havard. Those are your 4 captains for Valhalla tonight. Your captains for Mira Mesa are Addison Morrow, number 2. Number 5, Trey Lomax. Ryan Sagapolo, number 11. And Dante Nolan, number 14. All right, we've had our coin toss, and Mira Mesa has won the toss, and it looks like we're going to see a defer, and Valhalla will be getting the ball first. We're going to be a little all right, so Valhalla will be receiving the ball first, so we'll get a chance to see that offense. We have a whole host of new starters this year. Ramsey Romano is first year as a starter. Ramsey Romano, just a little side note, is a Michigan scholarship winner in baseball. So quite an athlete. He'll get his first chance at the helm as the head of the Norsemen. I do believe we're still going to have the national anthem, and we're going to have a moment of silence before we have that kickoff. Corey Habel, a Valhalla student, will be singing the national anthem. I heard him sing last spring at a talent show, and he's a very wonderful singer, so we're very fortunate to have him here tonight. Also, I want to introduce to you tonight our producer, our student, Ode Yusuf. Ode, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Owens.
Ode is running our computer tonight. He's going to be one that's in charge of all those wonderful graphics. He's also going to be bringing in lots of different videos that we've tried to shoot in the weeks leading up to school. Just to give you some background, Ode is a member of ASB. What else do you do at Valhalla?
Member of a variety of clubs, AP classes, volunteer at school as much as I can, do what I could.
And right now, we're just gonna pause right now for the national anthem.
This offseason, 2 great football men, Ron Murphy and Frank Yancey, passed away. Taken too soon, both men left their mark on the boys they coached. Mr. Murphy had been coaching football in the San Diego area for over 20 years, most recently serving as head coach of the Grossmont Foothillers. A passionate man, a football man, the message he hoped to deliver to his players was, you are either preparing to succeed or you are preparing for failure. With that message in mind, his players, win or lose, always took the field prepared to play. Coach Murphy will be greatly missed, but his contributions will not be forgotten. Frank Yancey had coached football in the San Diego area for over 30 years, including time with the West Hills Wolfpack, the law enforcement team, the Enforcers, and most recently served as offensive line coach for our own Valhalla Norsemen. Full of passion, humor, and love, Frank consistently preached 2 messages to his players. Don't take the game of football for granted. Play each play as if it's your last. He truly loved the game and wanted each and every one of his players to experience that as well. And secondly, love and take care of your teammates. With that in mind, he brought to Valhalla the CAYT, or Care About Your Team program, which stressed looking out for one another both on and off the field. In an effort to honor Frank and to continue to spread his message, we have brought back the CAYT program. You will notice that each player has been given a small CAYT sticker to place on their helmet tonight in an effort to commemorate Frank Yancey. In weeks to come, players will have an opportunity to earn more of these stickers, not for scoring touchdowns. Two great coaches, Ron Murphy and Frank Yancey. please remain standing and join Corey Habel, Valhalla's own, for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, I don't know how much natural sound we get on our mics. Once again, everything's an experiment tonight, so bear with us. But that was Corey Habel singing the national anthem, Valhalla student. Did a really good, really excellent job. Also, you may have heard the cannon go off. If nothing else, we may have seen on the camera a bunch of people duck. Also, we call that Thor's Thunder around here, and it's quite an impressive sound for everybody. Occasionally, we're going to have Ode Youssef chiming in here, giving us a little excitement during the broadcast. And so if you hear another voice, that's Ode. After the end of the first quarter, we're going to be bringing in other students. This is just our first broadcast, so we're still training people to do different things. And also, I need lots of training, as you probably are thinking that at home right now. But like we said earlier, and like I'll say it again throughout the broadcast, our main goal is to get students some exposure to some level of media and broadcasting, and also to get better each week, to bring you high-quality coverage of all things Orange Nation, all things Valhalla. So right now, we're just getting ready for the kickoff. This is the kickoff to our season, the 2012 season. We'll talk a little bit about both teams coming into this. Mira Mesa comes in with probably the most impressive pedigree of the two teams. Mira Mesa is actually not in the top 10 in the Union Tribune, but they actually received many votes. They're the honorable mention, basically, category. Of course, Valhalla is kind of an unknown. We'll probably show a package, a preview of that we did for Valhalla, and one of the things that Coach Bussey said is Valhalla essentially is an unknown coming into this. We have a lot of new starters. We have a new quarterback. We have an almost entirely revamped offensive line, and we have different players throughout the defense. Quite frankly, it's always interesting to see the first game as a former coach. A lot of excitement. You're excited to see that your players get to hit other people, but you're also wondering about just how good you're going to be. And I suppose that question cannot be answered in the first game. All right, both teams are looking to tee it off, and we're going to be underway here shortly. Miguel Renteria tees it up, is going to kick off for the Marauders of Mira Mesa. And we're underway, the 2012 season for the Norsemen. And here comes Nehemiah Brown, makes a nice move to the 20. As you can see, he's off to the races, up to the 40. He's up to the logo. Not a bad way to start, not a bad way to start. Valhalla is going to take over their first possession of the 2012 season at about the 47-yard line. So here comes your Norseman. We get a chance at Ramsey Romano. Going to take his first snap from the line of scrimmage. One of the big questions coming into this game is size versus speed. It is said that Mira Mesa is considerably bigger than Valhalla, but Valhalla may have a speed advantage. Here's Ramsey Romano under center, which we did not see a lot of quarterbacks under center last year. Pitch to Brown. Brown turns it upfield. He's to the 40. As you can see, one play into the 2012 season, your Norsemen are on the board. Wow, I don't think Coach Bussey, even though he's a D coordinator, could have drawn up any prettier start for Valhalla. Wow, you know, it's almost like PlayStation for those of you that play Xbox or PlayStation. It's the old touchdown play. All right, so the Norsemen are in point after formation. Kick is up, and it's good. Valhalla's going to take that 7-0 lead. 11:27 left to go in the first quarter. Barely cracked a sweat, or broke a sweat, rather, and Valhalla's up 7-0. Ian Hendrickson was the kicker that knocked that extra point through. All right, so at the beginning of the broadcast, we were talking about the fact that Mira Mesa was not in the top 10, but definitely one of the top teams. In fact, East County Sports actually gave the edge tonight to the Marauders. They returned a tremendous amount of starters, and we're going to see the offense. Obviously, one of the big things that Mira Mesa brings to the table tonight, other than size, is their effective offense from a year ago. They have a dynamic quarterback, and they have other skill positions that are very dangerous. So we'll see if they can answer that quick score by the Norsemen. And we're going to find out as we tee up the ball. Ramsey Romano will be doing the kickoff for Valhalla. That ball's going to go out of the back of the end zone. We're going to have a touchback back to the 20-yard line. That's a nice weapon to have when you have there's a reason why Valhalla has a quarterback kicking off, and you just saw it right there. Definitely can eliminate any offensive special teams threat there with a kick through the back of the end zone. All right, we're going to get a first look at Valhalla's defense. If they do anywhere near as well as the offense did, should be a pretty exciting night. All right, here comes Mira Mesa. Mira Mesa is a spread offense. They focus around a very athletic quarterback. Trey Lomax at quarterback. It's going to bring up second down. And the ball carrier, was Christian Bautista. 2nd and 3 now for Valhalla. Trey Lomax takes a snap, a nice pass across the middle. It's the slant out. Addison Morrow gets the reception for Mira Mesa. That's going to be good enough for a first down, going up to the 42-yard line of Mira Mesa. Be first down and 10 for the Marauders. Mira Mesa plays in a very tough conference in the Eastern Conference. As you know, they have Cathedral, they have Saints, Scripps Ranch, Lincoln, and I believe more. So quite a mix of different talents there in that conference. Lomax back in the quarterback, or back at quarterback in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, and he's going to get a couple. It'll be second down for the Marauders. Well, once again, as I was saying earlier, we're going to try to bring you the most accurate play-by-play that we can and bring you statistics during the night, throughout the night. One of the hardest things is preparation, and we didn't actually get a roster for Mira Mesa until about 10-20 minutes before the start of our broadcast. So forgive us for the delay on things, but we'll try to be as accurate as we can. Lomax once again back in a no-back set. Pass to number 1, Brandon True. Off his hands, we're going to bring up third down. So it'll be third down and 7 for the Marauders. interesting game playing this week. We haven't even started school, so you have these athletes out here that have been practicing quite a bit, but they don't have that order and discipline of being at school all week, and now they have to play a game. So it always kind of an interesting start to the season. So here comes the Marauders. There's Valhalla's in their 3-3 stack, looking to make a stop here on this third down. Would be quite a nice 3-and-out here if Valhalla can pull it off. And this is what makes Lomax dangerous, is he's able to get outside of the pocket, and that ball is not going to be caught, so we're going to be fine, we being Valhalla. And that's going to bring up fourth down, and we're going to see if Marauders, I'm sure they'll punt from this position and get that ball back to that dangerous Valhalla offense. All right, that was Spencer Havard on the punt return for Valhalla. Not a bad way to start this. It'll be up to about the 30-yard line for Valhalla, and here comes that offense. As we said before, one play, and it was to the house, and we're up 7-0. Kind of back out in the pistol here comes, or actually it'll be under center, a single back set. So is that Brown? John Todd on the reception for Valhalla. Once again, now it's going to bring up third down here for Valhalla. Ramsey in the shotgun. There's a little bit of contact on that. There's going to be no call. It was a nice pass. Howard tried to make a play on that. It was an incomplete pass. Obviously, from my vantage point, I'm a homer. I get paid for this by the school, so let's make that very clear. But looked like Howard got a little illegal contact by the corner on that. That's going to bring up fourth down, no matter what I think. We have 8 minutes and 24 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Valhalla is up 7-0, and we're about ready to see a punt back to Mira Mesa. Ian Hendrickson is back to punt for Valhalla. Gets a nice punt off. It's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. Ben Howard down on coverage. The runner is able to slip by, and he gets out of bounds at about the 41, 42-yard line. So it's going to be a Marauder ball, pretty much about where they punted from last time, so no real net loss in their overall yardage between their last possessions. And so here comes the Marauders. As I said before, and as you may have read in the papers, Lomax, their quarterback, is one of the top quarterbacks in their conference and is seen as one of those impact players. We're also looking for an impact from Addison Morrow, who has been considered to be one of the better players on the Mira Mesa team and is also a player to look for by the Union Tribune. As you can probably see in the broadcast, you can see the height advantage that Mira Mesa seems to have, at least from this vantage point. Lomax back. That's a handoff to Jordan Rysdam, and he appears to get a few yards. Shows what appears to have lost a few yards. You can see that at home. Is just testing you. They're sitting on your couch. Brings up second down. Well, it's a pretty good thing that Lomax's pass went pretty far past Xavier Smith, because that would have been not off to the races. I'm pretty sure he could have walked the rest of the way into the end zone, and it would have equaled up that score pretty fast. But we'll take the result. We'll have 3rd and long here for the Marauders from their own side of the ball field there. Ode, what do you think so far? Bail me out here as I start to flub my words. Ode, are you feeling pretty good about Valhalla's efforts here?
I am. They're looking good on the field, holding down the obviously
And
really good Mira.
And let me say, Ode, I'm impressed with your graphics abilities. All right, here's 3rd down for the Marauders. Wow, that one's just going to slide right through the hands between Brandon True. Decent coverage there. It's going to bring up 4th down. Once again, you can see the arm. Definitely Trey Lomax has a nice arm. He's able to put the ball out there, and you know that's something that Valhalla's going to have to be aware of going down. Down the stretch, because he's obviously taking some looks down the field. So that brings up 4th down, and we have back in punt formation their punter, and I'm going to have to take another trip over to the optometrist because I cannot quite see his number. I believe it's 87. And if you're 87's grandma, you can email us at orangenationtv@gmail.com, the name, because I don't have it on the roster, so I would maybe email the coach first and complain there. And that punts away. We're going to have a fair catch taken at the 30, but we have it dropped by Havard, and he's just going to try to, and the whistle is blown, obviously, after the muffed fair catch. So with 7 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Valhalla holds a 7-0 lead. This will be their 3rd possession of the game. Of course, their first possession was one play, and it was to the end zone for Brown, a long touchdown. We'll get the official stats on that here shortly. We have students taking stats. And once again, I just want to say, as when we start to reveal those stats later, these are unofficial stats. So if we put down that your kid ran for 800 yards tonight, that's probably not accurate, and don't email Coach Bussey why he didn't get some Player of the Year award. It's probably just our clerical error. So, you know, let me warn you in advance. So we're in the pistol formation right now for Ramsey Romano. And we're going to have to stop because the chain gang, which is not an easy job, by the way. It's, you know, they're running with chains. They're dodging assistant coaches. As a former assistant coach, when you're on the road, you could care less about the chain gang. Sometimes you'd accidentally stand in their way if things weren't going your way. I mean, I never did, but other people I'm sure did. All right, here's Ramsey Romano in the pistol. And that's Elder on the carry. Jihad Elder for a nice gain of about 8 yards, I believe. It's going to bring up 2nd down. Coach Bussey in some talks earlier this week had said that the running game was really going to be showcased. We always think of Valhalla's spread offense as being throw it around the field and hope for the very best, but there's going to be a lot more running, and here's Elder again. He's not going to get quite the same result as he did last time. That's going to bring up 3rd down for Valhalla. Now, there is some discussion in the booth that quite possibly that it was his helmet that helped him be brought down, but there was no flag on that, and I didn't see it quite clearly. So 3rd down for Valhalla. All right, we have a 1st down for Valhalla up to the 40-yard line. The pass is complete to Howard, I believe. Ben Howard. Nice reception by Ben Howard, and it'll be 1st down up to the 40-yard line of Valhalla. Okay, we'll call it the 39. I get a little too excited up here in the booth. All right, back to a spread formation, 2 right, 2 left for Ramsey Romano, and we got in motion on the sweep. That'll bring up second down. And Macias on the carry. There's about 5 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Valhalla. Here is second down for your Norsemen. 3 receivers to the right of Ramsey Romano. Looking to pass. A little bit of pressure there, and he's going to get brought down. Sack number 1. A whole host of Marauders, too many to count, too many to give credit. So that's going to bring up the next, and that's, excuse me there, lost my train of thought. And that's going to bring up third down.
Up from the final number 27, Chris Canales. Third down. 9.
All right, so third down, 9 for the Norsemen. Once again, back in the pistol goes Romano. He's making his first start. Very athletic athlete. Drops back to pass. Has a lot of time, and that's going to be a completed pass to Macias, I believe. Yeah, Brian Macias, nice catch, nice throw. And, you know, as a former offensive lineman, let's give a little credit where credit's due. He had a lot of time. Nice bounce back by the offensive line there after giving up that sack and giving him a lot of time to throw that pass. We got first down. We're in Marauder territory. It looks like at about the 49-yard line. Romano keeps it. Nice game. Good way to get a nice short second down coming up for the Norsemen. If you haven't done so already, if you go on our Orange Nation TV YouTube channel, you can actually see some of the packages that the students have made to get ready for this game. We start school on Tuesday. We're going to bring you more student-based content. Sorry you have to listen to this old fogey talk too much today. It's a completed pass to Brian Macias. Romano's pass, once again, like I said, completed up to about the 33-yard line. It'll be another first down. And I'll tell you what, O'Day, that Valhalla offense, first game out, not looking too bad.
Not too bad at all.
Now, we always kind of laugh when you do really well on 7-7 during Summer League because there's, you know, it's not real football, but they did very well on 7-7, and it's looking like a little 7-on-7 right now. Romano back to pass again. He's going to be complete, looks like, complete to Howard. Short game, but a decent gain on first down. So if you're listening to tonight's broadcast live on the internet, if you want to send us an email, let us know where you're listening from, especially if you're really far away. We'll say your name on the air. You can email us at orangenationtv@gmail.com. You can also tweet to us. They're on Twitter, Orange Nation TV on Twitter, and that's going to be a nice carry there by Elder. That's going to give Valhalla another first down, and that's going to get us up to the – once again, you probably have a better vantage point than I do. And looks like we're in a hurry-up mode here for Valhalla with 3 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Little tempo break and get Marauders on the run. Nice play action fake by Romano. He's got a man wide open. And it's going to be complete down to the 9-yard line. And that looks like another big play by Jihad Elder. Once again, if I mispronounce your child's name or don't say the right name, I apologize. We're going to get better from week to week. First down and 10 for the Norsemen. That's Nehemiah Brown. Nice carry by Nehemiah Brown. Get some positive yards. And that appears to be at the 6-7 line. It'll be second down for Valhalla. Pass to the end zone. We have ourselves a touchdown, and I believe that is Ben Howard, senior Ben Howard, and also, I believe, the Saga newspaper editor just pulled that ball down into the corner of the end zone, and that's going to put 13 points up on the board. Not all in that reception, of course, O'Day, but now 13-0 goes Valhalla. 2:49 left to go in the first quarter, and we're going to try for an extra point here. And this is Ian Hendrickson back out to try to go 2 for 2 on the night. And the kick's away. And as you can see on your monitor, hopefully if it's not buffering, that was good. And that's going to be 14-0 now for Valhalla. 2:49 to left to go in the first quarter. And I want to call the Union Tribune right now and tell them, excuse me, whoever's voting, you know, let's not forget about the Norsemen. Now this is the first game of the year, and it's still very early. But you got to be excited if you're at home watching this because, you know, a few starters are not playing tonight for various reasons. You got the first game of the year. You haven't even started school yet, O'Day. And yet you're out here and you're beating a team that, for all intents and purposes, was just a few votes away from being in the top 10, according to the Union Tribune. Also, you're an eight-point dog to this team, according to East County Sports. Once again, it's early, and hopefully I'm not jinxing them, and I hope nobody at home is mad that I just said that. But 14-0, your Norsemen are up on top of the Marauders. So a couple things. Those of you that have kids enrolled at Valhalla, or if you're an alumnus and you want to come back and be part of the exciting things going on at Valhalla, we have Odin's procession on the 14th, and guess what? We're going to live webcast that. But good news, you're not going to have to listen to me. You're going to listen to some students. You're going to listen to somebody else other than me, and you're going to watch a pretty fun procession that we do at Valhalla. Those of you that know about the Orange Nation, you know that's a very special day. That's coming up September 14th, and guess what? September 21st is homecoming. We're playing a team from all the way from Orange County. We're playing El Toro, one of the top teams in the state. We'll talk a little bit about Valhalla's schedule here shortly. It's pretty scary as we get ready for Ramsey Romano to kick off. Not quite through the end zone, but it's going to have the same result as it rolls into the end zone. It'll be first down for the Marauders. As I was saying, homecoming O-Day is September 21st, and that's a pretty exciting day. What are you doing to get ready for homecoming O-Day?
Getting in the spirit. We're going to do what we can, make sure our school's represented, and beat the team that's coming away.
Yeah, it's a natural rival, El Toro of Orange County. Yeah. I'm sure you grew up just hating El Toro.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, you drive through Orange County and you're like, who's this El? No, I'm sorry, I'm being silly. Probably not that funny. But anyway, who knows who's even listening? Hey, are you listening? Why don't you write on our Facebook page or send us a tweet on Twitter? Because quite frankly, we don't know if we're talking to ourselves right now, which is what I do normally. We're going to have another quarter coming up here, and at the end of this quarter, we had 2 minutes and 49 seconds before the end of this quarter, we're going to bring in some other students. O'Day, you may want to ready Christian at some point to let him know that his star is about ready to be lit as we look at the Marauders. And Lomax back to pass. Oh, nearly intercepted and then nearly caught, but incomplete, second down. Trey Lomax, once again, a highly touted quarterback, 6 foot 180. Another incomplete pass. Now I'd have to check our stats, and I don't know, O'Day, if you've been paying attention. I'm not sure that Trey Lomax has actually completed a pass to this point, which is pretty impressive so far, considering, but I think they're maybe more fearful of his running ability, so we hope that will not occur. Obviously, we're going to look for a little fly sweep, too, that we're a little concerned about, and we probably will see that here a little bit later. 2:44 left to go in the first quarter. Lomax back in the shotgun. That's a handoff to Bautista. And that'll be third down now for the Marauders. So far, to analyze Marauders' offensive attack so far, we've thrown some deep balls, and we've tried to get the running game going, but neither of which has worked too well. Now, we cannot forget there was one huge overthrow that could have led to points, and it was a drop. I'm sorry, the first pass, I was just corrected. The very first pass of the night for Lomax was a completion, so I apologize for that. Here's third down. Swing route, and he's going to come up short. Nice tackle there. And I do apologize for the delay. We're looking over our roster. That was Keith Rogers, and that was a fantastic hit for Keith Rogers. Way to bring him down well short. Well, pretty short of the first down. That's going to bring up fourth down. Here comes your punter. Once again, Mr. Mystery Man, number 87, not on the roster. But if we can possibly get the punter's name for Marauders later, we will share that with you. But for right now, he is a nameless punter. And Spencer Havard back deep, and he's going to a little bit of a muff on the snap there. He does get the punt off, and it's going to turn out to be not too bad of a punt, taking it all the way down to the 30-yard line of Valhalla.
And down to
What was the line of scrimmage? So that was a 42-yard punt there for Valhalla, for the Marauders. Not too bad. That's going to flip the field a bit, considerably for high school football. But Valhalla's offense on 2 of their 4 drives tonight have actually done pretty well, move the ball. So plenty of time in this first half to do it again. 14-0 is your score. Your Norsemen on top. Well, went back to the well with Elder, I believe, and that's going to fall short. The Marauders were able to read that one out pretty well. So we're going to have a few yards lost on the play, and it'll be second down.
4-yard loss on the play. The Norsemen now face a second and 14 at their own 26.
Sorry. Okay, so that penalty is going to help out Valhalla a little bit, erase that negative first down play. We got second down and 9 for Valhalla. Offsides was the call on the Marauders. Quick pass out to the... And
Reception by number 15, Brian Macias.
yeah, that was Brian Macias. Another nice catch. A couple catches for him tonight. And it's going to be third down now for Valhalla. That stick's going to move. We're going to give him about third down, and we'll call it 4. 27 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Valhalla on top, 14-0, third down. It'd be nice to complete this going into the quarter, give them something to talk about, getting ready for that second quarter. We got a deep ball. Looks like Howard's out there, and it's going to be incomplete. Howard had a step on him. Ball was just a little out of his reach. Would have been a nice completion. Did not happen. We're going to bring up fourth down. If you're wondering what the weather conditions are, I can tell you that it's cooled down to be a beautiful evening. We have a full moon coming up over the mountains here in beautiful, beautiful El Cajon, California, at even more beautiful Valhalla Field in the epicenter of the Orange Nation. So Henriksen to do his punting duties. He also does kicking duties. Gets off a nice one. It's going to a little over the head. It's been touched. That's a live ball, and he's going to just sit on it. Addison Morrow's going to have no choice but to just take a seat there, and that's a heck of a punt. And if I could do math, I'd tell you exactly how far that punt was. See, this is where these student statisticians would come in really handy when we get them rolling. They'll tell you exactly how far that punt was. So first down and 10 for the Marauders, and deep in their own territory on the 3-yard line. Yeah, it was definitely a 50-plus yarder on that punt. And once again, if my mom and dad are listening to this, I apologize for not going to that math tutor more often, because that would have been good to come up with that stat. All right, back in action for the Marauders. We got a quick handoff, and I believe it's Christian Batista again on the carry. It'll be second down for the Marauders. That's the end of your first quarter. So your first quarter of the 2012 season going all Norsemen, which is exactly what we want. Sorry to all those Marauder listeners, that is what we want. I'm a homer tonight. It's 14-0 Valhalla. All right, so we got some students going to come up here. They're going to take O'Day's seat for a second. We're going to talk to them about this football game. And don't be surprised if you're blown away from their insight. We're going to have Christian Howard, and Amanda Zimmerman. We're gonna have to sit over here. And for those of you that are at home, bear with us as we work some things out. First up is going to be Christian Howard. Christian Howard's a student at Valhalla. He's been a pioneer here at Orange Nation TV. We've been around for a whopping 2.5, 3 weeks, and he's been one of the very first people. Christian, tell the Orange Nation TV listening audience all about yourself in about a sentence.
I'm just a regular student.
Hold on, we're going to turn your mic on. That's going to be helpful. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Christian.
Well, I'm just a regular student here, just Orange Nation, and I'm here covering your Mira Mesa versus Valhalla varsity game.
And if you like what you hear from Christian tonight, he's actually showcasing our very first package we ever did, and it's on our Orange Nation channel, and he does an amazing interview of Coach Bussey. He puts Coach Bussey on the spot. It was hard-hitting, very much insider edition type thing. So, Christian, what's your observation right off the bat so far?
Well, the opening kickoff was very well run by Nehemiah Brown for a two-drive.
I'm going to have you hold that thought just for a second. We're going to come right back at you, Christian. So think about what your next thought, because here comes the Marauders once again. They're deep in their own territory. We got a second down. And that appears to be Jordan Rysdam, a senior running back. He gets a nice carry, but it will be we're going to move those chains. That is the first down. So, Christian, you were saying, what were some of the things that you liked the best about the first half? Our first quarter.
Well, the opening kickoff was very well run by Nehemiah Brown. He, after getting tackled around the 40, he ran for a 43-yard run to get a touchdown. And after that, Ian Hendrickson got a field goal. And he's been doing very well. He only had to punt once, and that was for 60 yards, which is very well for a high school player.
That's good for anybody. Looks like Rysdam again on the carry for the Marauders. A little success there for the running game for the Marauders, which is really what we all thought would be maybe the case. They're a big team, a very big offensive line. Valhalla's defensive line is mighty, but maybe a little smaller compared to the Marauders. So what else do you have for us, Christian? You're doing great. That 60-yard punt was magnificent. You're absolutely right.
Well, on the offensive side of the ball, there were catches by Ben Howard. There were many throws by Ramsey, which out of 5, 2 out of 5 were misses, but 3 out of 5 were catches, which is not bad.
All right, we had a big carry. That's a big carry off the left side there. Christian Batista, easily probably the biggest gain of the night for the Marauders. That's going to be a first down at the Mira Mesa 38-yard line. It appears Mira Mesa is starting to get light, starting to do some of those things that we thought they might coming into this game, and maybe we'll see a little bit of scoring action from Mira Mesa. Any last things you want to tell? We'll bring you back in the next quarter, Christian, because you're doing a great job. Anything else you want to share with us before we flip it on over to Miss Zimmerman?
Well, it's been a pretty clean game. There's only been one offsides, and that was by Mira Mesa, but only for 5 yards. So
that's true. You know, first game of the year, Christian, you normally see a lot of silly flags, and we have an option play, and this is what we were afraid of. And that's Lomax off to the races. And
and he's caught by the 20.
Okay, and he gets down to the 20-yard line, and it appears to be another nice tackle. This one by Lorenzo Lucas of the Norsemen. Nice tackle and a great gain by a very athletic quarterback. Christian, thank you so much. We're going to come back to you next quarter. And you did anything else you want to say as they move those chains?
Nope.
No, good job. And I keep hitting my mic. Sorry about that. Up next, we got Amanda Zimmerman, another student at Valhalla, and she comes with quite a resume at Valhalla. Last year, she was one of the critical key planners of homecoming. And if you get a chance to see a Valhalla homecoming, you're a very lucky person because it's probably the best homecoming around. All right, we got Lomax in the back. Field handoff to Rysdam, and then big, powerful run. He's definitely going to be their pounder. Looks like Batista is more of a little more finesse back, but either way, you're starting to see what Mira Mesa does and wants to do, and that is assert the run and get Lomax out on some options. So, Amanda, what are your observations so far?
My observations are that Ramsey Romano has been really active with Brian Macias, and he's handling the ball quite well. And also the touchdown by Ben Howard was absolutely fantastic in the first quarter.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was a really fabulous catch. And definitely shows the athletic ability that Ben Howard brings to the table. And, you know, obviously one of those highlighted players before. Here's Lomax again. This time he pitches the ball, and it's going to be a fumble, and it looks like maybe we did not fall on it. It looks like it's going to be retained by the Marauders. So when you run play option football, a lot of good can happen. And right there you just saw what bad things can happen. And nice hit on the quarterback as well, and it may keep him thinking about pitching that ball a little sooner in the future. Sorry, Amanda, what other exciting things? You had some good input, and I got all excited by that fumble, or that missed pitch.
That was quite interesting. I've also noticed that
third down right here for the Marauders. Amanda's getting her notes. Man, she's got impressive notes. She's going to wow us. Oh, we got a little movement on the offensive line by Mira Mesa, and that's going to move them back from a very manageable 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8. And you can't help but celebrate that a little bit if you're a Norseman fan at home. 8:26 left to go in the second quarter, and the Marauders are threatening for the very first time after a couple nice plays that got them going. Pretty big gainers. They feel like they want to muscle it out, but they've been able to break through with some big plays. So, Amanda, what were you, as you were saying?
I noticed that Spencer Havard has been having some great activity on the outside. He's been handling the ball quite well.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And, you know, he's returned. He's back in special teams, returning punts, and obviously he plays defense. And we'll see if they get him going in some other phases of the game. Lomax back to pass. This one's going to be complete to number 2, Addison Morrow. And we'll see where they spot this, right at the sticks. And if they start moving that chain, then we'll know. But it looks like they're going to spot it just short of a first down, unless I'm imagining things. Yep, they are going to spot it just short of a first down. So we got 4th down, our first big down of the night. We're going to see, we're going to have a measurement. We're going to have a measurement, excuse me. We're going to have a timeout by Mira Mesa. They're going to think it over. Definitely the first big down of the 2012 season right here. We got 4th down. So, Amanda, back to you. What were other things you're saying or thinking? Or
That it's a really competitive game, and Mira Mesa has been showing that they are not afraid to push hard and challenge us. Definitely.
So hopefully if you're watching this game at home, you'll know that we have some handy-dandy stats being run by Ode. That was a timeout by Mira Mesa. If you look up, just like you're watching anywhere else, you can see that Mira Mesa only has 2 timeouts left. Valhalla has all of those, and that's available right there on the screen. And when there's a flag, we'll definitely throw the flag up there. So here we go is 4th down. Under center comes Lomax. Looks like a sneak coming, and I was absolutely wrong. You got a handoff, and appears to be enough for the first down. First down for Mira Mesa. So moving those chains. Ball is going to be on the 11-yard line, and Mira Mesa is definitely in action in the red zone. First time tonight, getting this close to the end zone. So Lomax fakes the give and keeps that, and then much to, he does keep it for a short loss. So Amanda, are you ready for the schools to start on Tuesday?
Definitely. I'm ready for an exciting junior year, ready to go hard and push out to the end of the year.
Get all those good grades and wow everybody with your amazing abilities on Orange Nation TV.
Definitely.
All right.
Always, Mr. Owens.
All right. Well, thank you for sitting in with us. We're going to see you in a little bit, probably at the halftime after we do some interviews there. We're going to let Ode have another seat so we can work him even harder on those stats and, statistics and graphics.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Owens.
You bet. Thank you. 2nd down and 12 right here for the Marauders. It's complete pass to Addison Morrow. And once again, it's going to be a nice big gain, and they're looking like they're going to spot it short of the goal line, obviously, and we're going to have first down again. So the 1 foot line right there, really, really close. Addison Morrow was just a little bit taller. He would have had that into the end zone. It's going to bring up first down. So 6:08 left to go in the half. Mira Mesa looking dominant on offense now after hibernating pretty much the whole first quarter. I don't know if that's possible for a Marauder to hibernate, but if so, they did it. Lomax under center, really right up there on the goal line. A lot of options for him at this point. And he is stuck at the line. Spencer Havard and company on a big stick, and it also looks like Lorenzo Lucas was part of that hitting crew right there. That's going to put a nice hit on the running back from Mira Mesa. So second down. And if you're the running back for Mira Mesa, O'Day, you got to be wondering if you want to take your chances with getting hit like that again. Second down and 1 for Mira Mesa. Quick hitter right up the middle, and it's going to be a walking in touchdown. That is Ryan Sagapulu, who walked in. And it appears that was number 11 that scored that touchdown. I think he normally plays linebacker, but he picks himself up a score, and Mira Mesa gets their first points of the night. First points of 2012 with 5 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in the half. All right, it's 14-7 now. Marauders pull within 7. And they're definitely looking like that team that got some top 10 votes by the Union Tribune. And it's going to be a good game. I kind of joked about the dominance early O'Day of Valhalla, knowing that full well that Mira Mesa was for real. And I think we're seeing some of the athletic ability, the size and the strength as this game wears on. And if we enter a bunch of cliches right now, O'Day, we also always talk about four-quarter football. How well are you conditioned at this early in the season? And once again, we're going to see that play out one way or the other. And not to sound like a Gatorade commercial, but we're going to see how conditioned, how strong, and how well hydrated these guys are. It's not necessarily really hot out there, but it has been hot. And once again, I know that with kids that haven't been in school all day, it's hard telling what they did all day, whether they laid around, whether they're doing what they're supposed to. So a lot of things can happen in the last remainder 2.5 or so minutes, 2.5 quarters of this game. We'll see what happens. Marauders looking to tee it up and kick off to Valhalla. Valhalla, see if they can answer back and add and increase their lead. Here's the Marauder kickoff. This one's going to go pretty deep. It's going to go into the end zone, and we're going to bring it out to the 20-yard line. Once again, can't be said enough. When you have a kicker that can kick it into the end zone at the high school level with the rules the way they are, it is absolutely an amazing weapon to have and a great way to eliminate any type of threat. If you can recall the opening kickoff of this game for Valhalla, they took it all the way up to midfield, and that's a big difference between midfield and starting on your 20. So hats off to the improved kicker there by the improved kick rather by Mira Mesa. So here comes Valhalla, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Yeah, looks like we have Elder and Romano in the backfield, and we have Macias in motion. We're going to run a little screen pass out here. And we got a little bit of... And to John Todd. John Todd on the reception. And it looked like he could be off to the races, but he got a nice pursuit angle from the Mira Mesa player, and I did not see the number, and I apologize, but that was a nice tackle there. 1st down and 10 as we go a little bit of hurry up here for Valhalla. Handoff to, looks like Elder. Elder getting the bulk of the carries so far tonight. That one not probably one of his biggest gains. In fact, looks like he lost a little bit there. We'll bring up 2nd down, and we'll call it 12. Swing pass out to, oh wow, we got a lot of running room here. And Nehemiah Brown, and not too many people in this county let alone on Mira Mesa, are going to be able to catch him. We got another big old touchdown on the board for Valhalla, another one for Brown. And let me tell you, as a former track coach, Nehemiah Brown is not just football fast, he is track fast to the tune of one of the top 2 or 3 runners in the 100 in San Diego County. And you can replay this all night, and you'll see exactly what a good track athlete can do in open space. That's pretty impressive. And Valhalla showing some offensive prowess for very early in the season, and Ramsey Romano racking up some pretty good yards on that play. So here comes Henriksen to try to add on another point for the Norseman, and it appears he does, and it is 21-7 Valhalla over Mira Mesa. That's a great touchdown throw for Ramsey Romano. And I'll tell you, one of the best things about the football season last year, O'Day, if any of you out there actually watched Valhalla play last year, we had Frank Foster starting at quarterback last year, who's moved on to play some college football, and he was a marvelous talent. And when Ramsey would get into games, I think the first couple games Ramsey played in, I want to say his touchdown completion rate was about 80%, meaning about almost every pass he threw later in the game was for a touchdown. It was incredible to come off the bench and do that. And he was able to do that. And that kind of looked like one of those throws he made last year. But Ramsey Romano, a definite talent. A lot of people are excited to see what he can do as a starter. Here is his senior year, obviously a great athlete, heading to Michigan on a baseball scholarship. And once again, back to Nehemiah Brown. Just a few things here and there, and that's a state qualifying athlete in the 100. And that's hard to do in San Diego County. And so, once again, those are those weapons that people have talked about that Valhalla has. Maybe Valhalla lacks some size. Maybe Valhalla lacks depth in some position. But one thing Valhalla does have, and that is weapons. And you saw that there. So I'm sure Mira Mesa is writing down number 10, over and over and over to talk about at halftime. Speaking of halftime, we're about 4 minutes and 29 seconds away from halftime. 21-7, Norsemen on top. So let's see if Ramsey can put this back through the end zone and definitely give his defense a nice place to start the next series. And that's exactly what you wanted. So not only, O'Day, I'm gonna talk to you rather than just saying your name. You can. I've been ordering O'Day around. I've been pointing at him. He's doing a heck of a job. First time out producing this game tonight, running the computer, doing all kinds of things. But Ramsey has a great weapon with his arm, and Ramsey's a great weapon with his leg. So, O'Day, I said I was going to talk to you. You having fun?
Totally.
All right. What else would you be doing on a Friday, right?
No, nothing.
Other than hanging out with me and covering
Watching
this
some
game.
Football.
So if you're at home, you're a student, you're saying, wow, these people are having so much fun, I want to be a part of this, make sure you send us an email at orangenationtv@gmail.com. We got plenty of room for anybody that wants to be a part of the Orange Nation TV team. Got a nice handoff, couple-yard gain not a couple-yard gain. We're going to see where that ball, I looked away and looked like he got about a yard. Once again, we do apologize. We're missing some numbers here and there, and if you were sitting up in this booth, you'd understand that night vision is something that I need to improve upon because it's very hard to see the Marauders' numbers. It's a small number on the white jersey, and I don't know, something about it's hard to see. So we apologize, Marauder fans. We're not trying to slight you in the least. And Lomax back to pass. He's going to unload one, and that's going to get tipped and almost picked off. And obviously they're looking for Addison Morrow, who's is equally a big threat as anybody you're going to probably see on the field tonight. So make sure you stay tuned at halftime. We're not going to have a bunch of dead air. In about 3 minutes, we're going to be listening to the sweet song of Mary Beth Casson as she sings the alma mater. Now, Mary Beth Casson, our principal, is going to come talk about the start of the school year here in a few minutes, and she's going to talk about all things Valhalla. And then we're going to do something we're going to do every home game, and that is talk to Robert Wilson, our athletic director. He's going to get you up to date about all things going around athletics at Valhalla. So we got a timeout, and it looks like it's going to be Norseman Valhalla's first timeout of the half. That'll leave them with 2. 3:37 left to go in the half, 21-7. Impressive start by Valhalla, and what's really impressive, not only do they have a great start, O'Day, but they also answered Mira Mesa's nice drive, which I think is pretty impressive. Early in the year, high school kids, sometimes anybody, any athlete, if somebody is physical, can wear them down, and maybe they may not want to respond the same way they had been doing all game, but they sure did in an exciting fashion.
In addition to their weapons, Valhalla has they work great together, which definitely produces points, as we've been seeing in this game. And they're dominating on the field much better than anticipated, and they're getting their work done.
Yeah, I would definitely say if you describe Valhalla's team, is definitely a team. You can see it in the way they interact with each other, the way they work out all summer. A lot of dedicated athletes. There's a great article in the Valhalla program if you get a chance, but it talks about some of the senior leaders who actually took time out of their schedule to tutor other students to get them academically prepared for games or for school. And I think that's the kind of camaraderie that you see at Valhalla, and you're going to see that as success on the football field. Lomax back to pass on 3rd down, and that ball is going to fall short. His intended target was number 14, Dante Nolan, 6'4" wide receiver. And he's not just 6'4", but they have him listed at 224. He's also one of those players to watch by the Union Tribune, and we have not seen him yet. He looks like a marvelous threat, very tall, very big, and but they could not connect. So that brings up 4th down. And once again, we have a little difficulty seeing the number on the punter, and this may be the same punter that's not on the roster as well. 87, number 87, who's not on the roster. Once again, we apologize. If you're his aunt, send us an email. Let us know his name. We should probably check that email here pretty soon, O'Day, in case somebody emailed us. Oh, and we're going to run into the punter, and this punt is going to be for naught. It kind of looked like we were blocked into the punter, but maybe some avoidable contact. Obviously, the official is down there, and he's the one that saw it up close and personal. So Mira Mesa is going to get another shot at this, I believe. We're going to see exactly what they call it running into. Yeah, we ran into the punter. Hey, all right, so while we let them sort it out, what's going to happen here, it's either going to be a 1st down, which I think they're going to decline it because it would have just been it would have been just a 5-yard. It would not have given them the 1st down. So I think they're going to decline that and take the punt. The punt was a really good punt, so that's probably not a bad decision. And it's going to be Valhalla ball. Yeah, just the 5-yard variety there. So here comes Valhalla. 1st down. Valhalla has an amazing opportunity right now to add on to this lead and definitely not close the door on Mira Mesa before half, but definitely put a little bit of fear into the Marauder team. 1st down and 10 for Ramsey Romano. Looks like we got Jihad Elder in the backfield. We got Ben Howard to the near side, and we trying to see across the whole field. And I'm going to try to fix that between now and next Friday. I definitely going to get a little better myself. shift or something on us. It's going to be we do fourth down. So we actually lucked out. This is actually going to probably benefit us somehow. It has to be shift because they can't decline that. So you know what I'm saying? Basically it's illegal procedure. You can't. This might have come first. This might have been something back there.
Oh, was there a flag?
Yeah, I didn't either. But
oh, so this one was irrelevant after that.
hey, next week I'm gonna bring a small cooler of water. So name your flavor of water that you like. If there's a this has really worked out in our favor. We need more shifts like that.
Hendricks takes full advantage of the second opportunity. The ball is on with the
Okay.
That I'll call, and they said that's like their tech.
Okay.
Harley Williams down for the Norseman at the Marauders 10-yard line.
So hey, I have a question. So we can't even get on regular. Like you could. That's weird. That's.
I know.
That's a good call, Johnny. That's exactly.
What is this flag with the red anyway?
That's
What do we got now?
Should we disconnect and connect? Oh, I got it. It's right. I remember gone. It's this pass key right here. Oh, and that stinks because that.
Anybody get that penalty? Penalty goes against the Norseman. Some sort of illegal formation. So Hendrickson will get a third shot at this.
They say no internet.
This is Valhalla High School in Cajon.
As will the Marauder kick returners.
To broadcast the game, and everything was going fine. We're using your MiFi thing, hotspot, and all of a sudden it's buffering. It's saying it's buffering, and it's not letting us exit out of the thing.
Can't do other
Started or anything.
Rest of our internet.
The regular
Towards the
internet's not
sideline.
working either.
Take the Norseman bounce.
Try to do a speed
Finally
test.
got
Okay, speed test is working, right? That has to
at
be.
about the 26-yard line. So the Marauders
Well,
get the
actually,
better of that
speed
deal.
test
They'll have a
works.
first and 10 from the 26, 1:45 remaining.
Our regular internet is working now, so we're still doing the task manager. Yeah.
I'll get away.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now we'll go to task manager. That's not coming. Isn't it like Alt Control Delete or something? Task manager processes. Okay.
Nice kick.
Rolls left. Is in the grasp. And a late penalty flag.
LMDCMD. Yeah, it's right here. Line, one air, 1 second.
All right, folks. So hopefully you're still there. We're back, and that pass is going to be complete. We actually have 1:30 left to go. Since our internet dropped us, just to get you up to speed, we've had a couple penalties. We've had a couple punts that had to be repunted. He missed some excitement, but nothing in the scoring department. It's still 21-7. Valhalla, 1 minute and counting, or 1:13 and counting, and a pass across the middle from Lomax to Brandon True. And that's going to give them a first down, and obviously they're on the fly right now. I do believe Mira Mesa has 2 timeouts left to go, left to use this half, and Valhalla actually used a timeout during our internet outage. 1:05 left to go, as Lomax looks like he's looking at his wrist to pick out a play here, going down the stretch. Lomax on the run. He's going to use those feet, and that's been effective for him. He's tackled out of bounds, and we're going to get a 15-yard penalty here on Valhalla. This is absolutely not what Coach Bussey would want here. They had him hemmed in for just a short gain and kind of finished him off. Nothing appeared to be malicious, but it definitely was a late hit out of bounds, and that's going to give him 15 very easy yards. That's going to put Mira Mesa definitely moving in the right direction for what they want to do before half. Once again, 56 seconds left to go. 2 timeouts for Mira Mesa. As they say, that is an eternity, especially if you're a Valhalla football fan. And you were riding high 21-7, and you really just want to keep them out of the end zone. And so you can take that nice lead into the halftime. But right now, with those kind of mistakes, some of those kind of errors, you obviously may not be, might not get what you want. Coming up to halftime, we're going to have Mary Beth Caston in here. She's going to talk to us about all things Valhalla, get to talk about this amazing school year that's about ready to start. We're going to talk to Robert Wilson, athletic director here at Valhalla High School. Lomax back in shotgun. Pass across the middle, and he is connected with number 19, Brandon Payne. Brandon Payne making some moves, and he's going to get upended at about the 20-yard line, and it appears to be Bingham on the tackle for Valhalla. He upended him here. It was a nice tackle, nice play. Once again, that 15-yard penalty, without that 15-yard penalty, you get that play. 46 seconds left to go in the half. Quite a bit of time for Mira Mesa to do some damage and cut into that lead. They're going to call timeout. Mira Mesa calls timeout. That brings them down to 1 timeout left to go in the half. All right, so we're going to interview some people associated with Valhalla High School, and we'll talk to some students, get some stats your way. Once again, if you are at home and you want to interact with us, we've been just waiting for somebody to tweet with us, if that's even the correct terminology. And if it's not, I guess it's not. Right on our Facebook page, we had that open for a while. Nobody there. Maybe you're so riveted by this game. So when we come back out of this timeout, it's going to be first down and 10. Mira Mesa's got the ball on the 20 with 1 timeout, 46 seconds left to go. So far, just to recap the first half, a bit of a shocker, although in high school football, I don't know how you have really big shockers. I guess if, I don't know if you could really pick a shocker here in the sense that Mira Mesa was projected to do well this season, and Valhalla was a bit of an unknown. But you do have a 21-7 lead by Valhalla, which is probably not what most people are expecting that follow high school football. But they are high school kids, and a lot of things can happen. And, that's why, enter a cliche, that's why we play the game. Here's Lomax in shotgun, driving back to pass. He's going to get a little pressure, and here's going to get out to the outside. He's going to head down the sideline. He's going to get out of bounds. And there was a block right there at the end. And I think this is actually going to go against Mira Mesa. I can't say that it was a block in the back because it's across the field, but it was definitely one of those blocks that maybe had nothing to do with the play. And I know in high school football especially, one of the main objectives of the officials, and really a point of emphasis, is to clean up play. And when you have a block that's away from the ball, that's not necessarily malicious but not necessary, that's going to get a flag. And if this is the case, it's going to walk Mira Mesa back about 15 yards. And that's actually not a bad thing for Valhalla. That's going to bring definitely here they're going to walk this off 15 yards. And that ball's going to be placed at about the 27-yard line. And once again, that changes things for Mira Mesa. I have no idea about their kicking. I don't know if that takes them out of into potential field goal range. But with 38 seconds left to go, 1 timeout, may change what kinds of plays they call here. And we'll see. And one of the things you always think about, hurry-up offense, the 2-minute drill, if you will. Is that kind of stuff in place this early in the season? Are you calling 2 plays in a timeout? What are you doing to make sure your quarterback goes out there and is ready to get the next play going? So we're going to find out. First down, 18 from the 27-yard line of Mira Mesa. A little bit of time here for Lomax. He's going to roll out, and that pass is incomplete over the head of his intended receiver. It looks like Addison Morrow was his intended receiver. Coming to this game, Addison Morrow was his primary target, although he's got other targets that we talked about. Still waiting for Dante Nolan to become a factor in this game, only because, you look at, on paper, 6'4", 224 pounds. At any level, that's pretty significant height, and we'll see if that becomes a factor here with 30 seconds left to go in the half. While we're waiting for those last 30 seconds, we'd like to send a shout out to Jeff Kurtz from Play On Sports, who sat in about a 90-degree storage room today and try to get us up and going with the internet. And Robert Wilson, our athletic director, sweated off a few pounds as well. We thank you for your efforts, got us out here able to do our first webcast of the year and first ever. A lot of time here. Lomax out of the pocket. He's going to have the first down. He's going to be down to about the 11-yard line, I think, before he was pushed out of bounds. He's going to have a first down, 19 seconds left to go, and back in business. So they're going to move those chains, and they didn't. Forgive me, those of you at home, he did not get the first down. It's tough to see across the field. I know that's an excuse, but from my angle, you looked like you had a first down, O'Day, and in reality, it's 3rd down and 3. So how reliable I am. It's all right. You can question me at home. I can take it. So in case you're wondering, what other students are participating? You've heard from Amanda. You've heard from Christian. We have O'Day producing this. We have Tyler that's going to be doing second half camera, correct? And right now we have Abigail Metch on the camera right now doing an amazing job up there getting this wonderful footage that hopefully somebody's enjoying at home tonight. And that was timeout by Mira Mesa. That would be their last timeout. 12 seconds left to go in the half. 21-7 Valhalla. It is your season opener. It is Orange Nation TV's first ever webcast. Once again, at halftime, we're going to have some interviews, so don't run away. We're going to blow your mind with all kinds of information about Valhalla. There's a chance, if we can get the software to work, to possibly tease our homecoming video to let you know what that homecoming theme is. And if you're taking notes at home, you know that homecoming is September 21st, just 3 weeks away, I think, right? Is that 3 weeks away?
3 weeks away.
All right, O'Day, I'm doing pretty good. I didn't have a calendar in front of me. That's pretty impressive. So we got 3 weeks away from homecoming, just 2 weeks away from Odin's procession. We have another home game next week. And, in talking about next week, Valhalla's schedule doesn't get easy. There's nothing easy about it. So tonight we had a team that was supposed to be somewhere near the top 10 in the Union Tribune in Mira Mesa. Next week we have Madison coming in. I think they're a returning CIF champion. They're ranked currently 97th in the state of California. And if this was North Dakota, that wouldn't be that impressive. But in California, there's 97 schools in about 6 miles. So that's a pretty good rating. So next week, we've got Madison coming in town. Right now, we got Lomax back in the shotgun. 13 seconds left to go. 21-7, Valhalla on top. A lot of pressure right here. He's going to get a pass up in the end zone, up for grabs, and it appears it is caught. Wow, that's just one of those catches that can't be explained. I'm sure when you watch the replay, it maybe could have been knocked down. The guy caught the ball and ran out of there so fast, I'm not even sure who caught it. All right, sorry about that. Once again, we're having some issues with the internet tonight. That was a caught ball. It appears to be number 1, Brandon True, brought that ball down. And his happiness, he ran off the field so fast we didn't quite catch him the first time. So number 1, Brandon True for the Marauders brings that pass in for a touchdown. And your Marauders going to kick off with 4 seconds left to go. See what kind of offense Valhalla can do in short notice. Here's Jihad Elder to just about the 18-yard line. That's going to do it for the first half. So after 2 quarters of play, your Valhalla Norsemen are up 21-14 over the visiting Marauders of Mira Mesa. So we'll let these teams clear out of here. We'll let these cheerleaders tone down their cheers, and we're going to bring in Mary Beth Caston. Mary Beth Caston, who comes out of the green room, or just outside. We're going to have her take a seat, have her put her headset on. We're going to ask her some questions about Valhalla. And I'll warn you, Mary Beth, we have about 11 minutes and 48 seconds to kill, so I hope you have a lot to talk about.
You have to take a seat.
Hey, John, how's it going?
It's going great. And we're going to get you mic'd up here in a second.
Well, I'm just going to follow your lead and let me know what it is I need to do.
Okay, you're going to be live right now, Mary Beth. We're going to get you mic'd up. You are speaking to millions, and you didn't even know it right now.
Well, welcome to the Orange Nation.
That's right. Our inaugural broadcast on Orange Nation TV. So we're just a couple days away from the start of the school year. What's on your mind?
Well, I'll tell you, we had a great start this week with our staff and our staff development days. Lots of energy, lots of excitement and enthusiasm for the start of the new school year. And, of course, we're really excited about Orange Nation TV and the impressive presentation that you made to staff today. So we're looking forward to that and some of the other exciting things that we have coming up with our link crew, with our freshman orientation transition program and the direction that that's going, a new direction for us, and connecting our students to Orange Nation.
For those of people out there, maybe they're alumni or if they are just maybe not, this is such a new thing. What is Link Crew exactly?
Thank you. Yeah, Link Crew is a program that's very strategic, very specific in the program that helps students to transition from middle school into high school, to acclimate to those new challenges, the rigor of high school academics, behavior expectations, that those expectations are increased in preparation for after high school, whether that's going to be world of work or into college. So it's an opportunity for our upperclassmen who are our student leaders to serve as role models for our younger students and help them make that connection to our school. And really the key there is role model.
Yeah, and not only that, to welcome them to the school and make them feel at home, that they're part of a community rather than just some box they go to get some learning from, right?
Absolutely. And I think it's a real different time that I think there was a period of time where maybe ninth graders new to a high school maybe felt like that they didn't belong, and this is really an effort that doesn't matter what grade level you are, you're part of the family, you're part
Absolutely.
of the community, and we're going to treat you like that, and we're going to take care of you like that.
Absolutely, and I think that's a great step that Valhalla is taking. Now, to put you on the spot, I don't know if you know these numbers off the top of your head, how many freshmen are going to be coming into the Orange Nation starting on Tuesday?
As of yesterday.
Okay, that's pretty up to date. Breaking news. Do we have a banner, O'Day? Sorry.
As of yesterday, 491.
Wow.
However, this afternoon, before coming down to the stadium for our games, there was a stack of registration forms on the desk to be processed Tuesday morning. So we have approximately 25, 30 new enrollments pending, variety of grade levels, but we expect that our ninth grade class will be over 500.
Yep. So our school definitely is in demand, and that's a great thing. I mean, nobody wants empty seats, and we'll take that continued interest in Valhalla.
Absolutely. Well, and what's not to love?
Oh, absolutely. What isn't there? Obviously, I had said earlier in our webcast that I'm a homer, and that I'm wearing lots of orange. But there's a reason why it's a great place to be. I think the best place to be. So if you are a Mira Mesa fan, you've probably shut your computer off by now because you're tired of hearing all this. So we'll move on to the next question or two. What is, if you have a goal or two for the year, what would that be for the general kid walking into Valhalla, to the teacher, to yourself? Once again, pretty broad question, so I apologize. But
No, and actually, it's a variety of goals, and I really do think it's the same goal for all, whether it's classroom teacher, the support staff, whether it's students or parents. I think, we all do have that same goal, and that is students are successful. We've set some very specific goals around academics in as our continual improvement of student achievement, whether it's related to our CST performance and APR, the Academic Performance Index. That's an indicator used throughout the state of California on how schools are performing. That's a very specific goal. We have specific goals for students in coursework and meeting the graduation requirements, of course, and staying on track to graduate, as well as meeting the requirements for admission to the UC system, the A through G requirements. And as well, high school exit exam. So those are some very, very specific goals around student achievement and around that data. And then, of course, we have a wide variety of other goals, maybe not necessarily that would be measured by standardized tests, that students are connected to school. 4 years goes very, very quickly.
Yep.
And the school has tremendous opportunities to offer, and we want students to be connected to that and to take advantage of those.
That's all very, very good things. And that's, once again, just more talk about all the good things that Valhalla does. And we thank you for your leadership here at Valhalla.
Well, thank you,
and
John.
couldn't do it without you, obviously. So we appreciate you guiding this Norseman ship, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well,
but John, and you're really kind to say that. I'm thankful on a daily basis for what I get to do. I'm grateful on a daily basis for the people that I work with. Tremendous community that we have, the support of our community, outstanding students, a terrific staff. I feel very, very fortunate to be able to do that on a daily basis, and I think. I really think that the experience that our students have and our staff as well, it goes beyond the classroom and beyond the academics, and they make some tremendous memories from the activities that they get to do, the friendships that they make, and those connections that they make. So it really is a very, very special place.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time. We're going to make you a regular here, if you don't mind, keeping us all up to date on things, and probably a reminder. Do you want to tell any parents out there about any big events coming up here in the next few weeks? I think there might be one or two.
We got one or two. We have one or two that will be happening in September, and then come the end of September, we'll come up and catch our breath and figure out what we'll do in October. But very excited for our big welcome ceremony for our new staff and our new students on it's Friday, September 14th. We'll have our Odin's procession where we meet Odin one time a year. He makes a special appearance to say hello to the new students and staff and the rest of the student body once a year. And, it's the second most spirited day on campus.
That's right.
And so we have that on September 14th, and that also will be our Parent Visitation Day. That's something new that we're doing this year. We're really excited about having our parent community on campus for such a spirited event and be able, they've certainly heard about it over the years with their students, so it'll be great for them to experience that firsthand. And because that's not enough, we'll add the KUSI Alarm Clock Pep Rally that morning. So that's a big day. Of course, school's starting on Tuesday, and then a week and a half later, having all three of those events on one day. We're very excited, looking forward to that. And then 1 quick week later, we'll be you will be hosting homecoming. You and the ASB students who have been working.
Get ready for that.
Yeah, you guys have been working all summer. You've put in a lot of time, and of course, the work that you're doing with Orange Nation TV as well. That's so exciting to be able to be bringing that to our campus, and one of the many examples of what keeps our school moving forward. So we appreciate all of your hard work and the students' hard work to do that. And our homecoming events are, John, you and your students do.
The kids do it. I just sit back and watch them.
Well, then you're a great spectator because they're phenomenal. They're just phenomenal, and so, and it's just a community event. So looking forward to that, and then the following week after that, on the September 27th, we'll have our annual open house. Parents have the opportunity to come in and meet their students' teachers and administration and support staff, and then I think that takes us to the end of September, and then we'll add a few more things in there.
160 some odd school days left after
Exactly.
that, and I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
we thank you so much for your time, and like I said, you're going to be a regular, so practice what you want to, some more things you want to present, and those of you at home, be looking for a Welcome to Valhalla package being thrown up on the website here pretty soon. So.
Hey, John, thanks. You guys are doing a
Thank
great
you.
job. Keep up the good work. Hey, and it's a great game.
It is.
Man, and what a beautiful
lot of fun.
night. Oh,
Absolutely.
my gosh, what a beautiful
Absolutely.
night for a bowl game.
Yeah, that's right.
And thank you for not asking me to sing.
All right, thank you. So if you're at home and you've maybe been cut off, or you want to, we got to always remember when we remove those headsets, we got to pot them down a little bit, take that mic down. Sorry about that, those of you listening at home. But hey, if you are at home and you're like, man, this has been the most amazing webcast I've ever seen and heard, I can't handle possibly never hearing it again.
Yeah.
We're going to have this on demand. We're going to put this up a little bit later, and you can watch it 37 times tonight and replay your favorite memories or the favorite screw-ups that I may have said. I think I initially thought Robert Wilson, our athletic director, would join us. I don't see him anywhere, but we do have a couple students that we could bring in and talk to them a little bit about their insight. Christian and Amanda, if they're available. You might remember them from the first half and some of the eagle eye stats and observations that they made. They may be joining us here shortly. And if you don't want to sit here during this dead air until we find them, if you want to go over to our Orange Nation TV YouTube channel, you can actually watch a couple packages, a preview of this game, and a look at summer practices. I believe the day that they shot that video was about 100 degrees out, and it was terrible. And imagine what you'd be like if you had pads on. We got about a minute left to go in this half, and the teams are starting to make their way. Some of the skill players are starting to make their way out. Special teams are going to get warmed up for the second half. In case you're just joining us, Valhalla jumped up to a very early lead, and they held on going into half 21-14. It's actually been an astoundingly well-played, at least for a first game. Very few penalties. The offenses at times have looked pretty good. Few miscues on defense, and O'Day might just be a first game kind of thing, but definitely enjoyable from where we sit.
Yes.
And we hope it's enjoyable where you sit. So if you're at home right now, we're going to push all our social networking. So if you want to go to Facebook, like Orange Nation TV, like Valhalla High School, like them both. You can get all our links through that. You can send us an email at orangenationtv@gmail.com. Let us know. Maybe there's something you want to hear more. Maybe you want to hear less of me. We're definitely going to get more students involved in this broadcast as the games come down the line. It's just about training and getting them ready to be on a microphone, those kinds of things. And once again, many of you are probably wondering why I'm on a microphone, but I'm all Valhalla could find in short notice.
And as Mr. Owens was saying, we are on the internet, and this webcast is live streaming, actually, is based on the internet, and which is why we've been having some problems here. Our Wi-Fi signal up in the press box isn't the best we can find, but we'd like to thank you for sticking in with us, and hopefully you'll enjoy it in future weeks when we get better signals.
And if you're sitting at home right now and saying, wow, there must be thousands of people watching this, well, you're probably right. That's the first thing. Second thing, if you want to be a part of this and you own a business or you just want to help us out, we'll be more than happy to sell you some advertising on here. We'll put some graphics. We'll come up and we'll mention your business probably about 1 million times more than you would get anywhere else. So definitely, if you want to help us out and when you want us to help you out, you're a local business and you want to reach maybe a different audience, one that's at home watching or listening to this on webcast, definitely send us an email at orangenationtv@gmail.com. We're going to take just a quick break, stretch our legs as these teams get ready to line it up for another second half of action. Maybe run off to get yourself a glass of water or soda, whatever you're drinking here on a Friday night. We'll be right back. Orange Nation TV. All right, we were going to hear from our student analysis, did I say that right? Amanda and Christian, but they are out collecting more data, and we'll have that. So, as said before, and I'll say it again, this is our first broadcast, our first webcast, of Valhalla football this year. Our promise to you is we're going to get things better each week, so we hope you'll stick around, tell some friends. Definitely we're bringing you a service that isn't offered to a lot of high schools, and you have an opportunity to see friends, family, whomever out there play football and stay in touch. If you're going out of town, take us with you. Most of the time it will work on your smartphone. If you can get Wi-Fi access on an iPad or a tablet, you're going to be able to watch it. And really our hope ultimately is to make this interactive. So if you want to tweet, if you want to write on our Facebook page, you want to send us an email, of course all positive words would be what we'd really want. We'd love to interact with you. Now we actually had some guest scores. We're going to actually have to go on our Facebook page. We had a couple people actually try to guess the score tonight. And to be honest with you, both of them I think are in the ballpark. So we may be giving them a little credit. Ramsey Romano's kick for, I think, 3 out of the 4 have gone into the end zone. And that's touchback. It'll be first down and 10 from the 20-yard line for Mira Mesa. All right. So if Mira Mesa is going to come out for their first drive of the first possession, rather, of the second half, Valhalla, for the most part, has actually corralled them quite well. There was the one drive that was a nice, long, sustained drive by Mira Mesa. Then you had about 3 minutes before the half, and Mira Mesa was benefited by a big unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Valhalla, and a couple nice scrambles by the quarterback Lomax. And that put them in a position to climb back in within a score, and now on this drive maybe tie it up. All right, first carry of the game is a fake to Christian Bautista, and Lomax is going to keep that around the left side, and we're going to be a second down. Nice chunk of yards there to get on the first down for the Marauders. Looks like we're going to official stop the clock here for a ball spot, something going on out there. It's going to bring up second down. Second down 1 for Mira Mesa as they come to the line of scrimmage. So Mira Mesa in that multiple attack. Lomax, very athletic quarterback. He gets it winged out there to number 2, Addison Morrow. He's going to easily have the first down and a bunch of yards, and we're going to have another flag. You know, it looks like another maybe unsportsmanlike conduct on Valhalla. And, you know, when you're on that sideline, you make a tackle, you know, things can get pretty heated when you're on the opponent's sideline, you make a play. And I have no idea who that flag was on, but it does look like it's going to be on Valhalla. And they're going to march him back. Well, I may be getting ahead of myself. We have a dead ball foul that will be on Valhalla, as I thought. And that's going to give Mira Mesa another big chunk of yards that they needed to earn, and Valhalla didn't make them earn. Coach Bussey's probably not going to be really happy about that. His defensive game plan, to be honest with you, has been really good up to this point. But you have 30 yards easily in special and personal fouls. So that's not something that, you know, that's going to make any coach too happy, let alone a defensive coordinator, let alone the head coach. So Lomax now has the ball into Norseman territory on about the 47-yard line. Play action pass, and he's got a guy wide out there, and he's just going to overthrow him just a little bit. Brandon True, now that's about the second or third pass, I believe, of this game that Lomax has had somebody at least within position to make a big play. Little overthrow, and you know, obviously I can't speak for Brandon True, and evidently, you know, he was a step or two, couldn't quite throw his arms out there and make an effort on that ball, but definitely a deep pass for Trey Lomax. This brings up second down and 10 for the Marauders. Okay, another quick attempt to get the ball out to probably, arguably, the number 1 target for Trey Lomax, number 2, Addison Morrow, and that ball is dropped, so that's going to be third down and 10. Earlier we talked about Valhalla's schedule. As you know, Valhalla plays in a pretty competitive league, but he have an amazing non-league season schedule. They play El Toro on homecoming, a team from Orange County that's ranked 28th currently in the state. Madison next week, which is 97th in the state. And, of course, you have a league rival in Steel Canyon, who's a top 200 team in the state. And this team called Helix, I don't know if you've heard about them. They won the state championship last year. Number 6, and some people say one of the best teams possibly in the country. So no slouches there, and that pass is complete to number 2, to Addison Morrow, and that's going to bring up, I think he's just going to be short of a first down. I've been wrong before, but I do believe he's just short of first down. He's going to be not so short. Once again, I might invest in some glasses. If we want to keep doing this webcast all day, I might need to get some binoculars or something for next week. So it brings up 4th down and 2, and they're going to go for it. It's a good place to go for it. Not too many kickers would consistently hit it there at any level, and this is high school football, and you got a good offense that can definitely power it, and you have a quarterback that's very athletic. So here comes Lomax, 2-back set in that shotgun. And we're going to get a handoff to number 13, I believe. Number 13 on my roster is Vincent Preciado. Vincent Preciado picks up the first down, and I believe that might be one of the first carries for Preciado for this evening, but that's going to be a first down for the Marauders. 11:06 left to go in the third quarter, 21-14 Valhalla. And you have Mira Mesa, definitely getting pretty darn close to tying this game up. I mean, obviously, for those of you at home, you're saying, well, they're on the 35-yard line, anything can happen. But for most of the first quarter, they didn't do anything. And so, obviously, they're very much consistently moving the ball now. And it seems to be days since Valhalla had a chance to even run an offensive play. That was number 33, Jordan Rysdam, on the carry. And once again, now it seems like Mira Mesa is getting 3-4 yards at will, which is obviously, depending on your game philosophy, pretty good strategy to have. 2nd down and 6 for the Marauders.
At the end of the first half, the Marauders were picking up speed, and now it's really showing throughout the game compared to Valhalla's, still really dominant in the first.
Lomax on taking off a nice scramble. Once again, you see why he's dangerous. He picks up a first down, untouched out of bounds. He's definitely not slow. He's fleet of foot, and he's able to get out of bounds, making good decisions. In talking to the coaches coming into this game, they told me 2 numbers, number 2 and number 5. They didn't have a roster, so they said number 2 and number 5. And to be honest with you, Lomax is starting to look like that quarterback that people had feared when you look at game film. And Addison Morrow has gotten a few passes. So once again, those things are starting to come about for Mira Mesa, and you're seeing why, they're such a well-respected program. Okay, kind of a muffed play there. This is going to be a loss of a few yards there for Lomax and company.
Lomax tripped up in his own backfield, loses a couple of yards. 2nd down, 12.
I'm digging through my papers, and you can probably hear them, unfortunately, on the microphone, which is rather unprofessional of me, but I'm not a professional, so I guess I can do that. We got 2nd down and 13. I was looking for the statistic, and, I'm just going to – nobody's probably listening to this, but so anyway, the reality is Mira Mesa, since 2004, I was reading, is one of the top 10 teams in the county in terms of wins. So when you think of your Oceansides, your Helix, those kinds of schools, Cathedral – Mira Mesa is right there, and that is a beautiful pass to number 2, who we talked about, Addison Morrow, and that is a touchdown for the Marauders. And right there, one play, Mira Mesa is right there, and with one PAT, they're going to tie this game up. So I feel like a genius now. I was talking about 2 numbers that you need to know if you want to watch Mira Mesa football. And they just teamed up for a pretty nice touchdown pass, and that's going to even up things after this PAT. With 9:15 left to go in the third quarter, first drive of the game for Mira Mesa, and things are all knotted up at 21, and things are going to get interesting right now. So we haven't seen Valhalla run a normal offensive series because, to be honest with you, they're kind of working the clock there before half. And so we're going to see, sometimes they seem to have momentum, and when you put things have to put your weapons away for a while, sometimes things cool down. we'll see if that time off has affected their effectiveness. O'Day, write that one down. That was a good one. We'll see how they respond to the long break since their last possession. We're going to have two very dangerous weapons back there returning this kick if they get a chance. You have Nehemiah Brown, who's already two magnificent plays to put 14 of those 21 points on the board. And of course, you have Jihad Elder, another sensational athlete back there deep for the Norsemen. But the last kick, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, by Mira Mesa went into the end zone and pretty much, took them away from, took them out of the equation. So we're going to get that ball teed up as Mira Mesa huddles at the 40-yard line. And they come out in kind of formation you see in a lot of teams, maybe set them up for an onside kick later on in the game. Definitely something you need to react to. Valhalla, though, take it in stride at this point in the game. And we're kickoff, and that ball is going to go right into the end zone, and that's going to pretty much bring that ball out to the 20-yard line. Now, I know it's a safety rule, but as a fan of excitement, I would prefer them to allow them to bring that ball out of the end zone. Now, I'm sure there's a great reason for it. If you know a really good reason for why we have that rule, I know it's safety, but you can email us, right? You can tweet that I'm an idiot. I don't care, but it would make this game a tad more interesting. At least let's move the ball back. But once again, kids running down the field, tackling each other, more injuries. I get it. I really do understand it. But in my heart of hearts, and that's a bobbled snap, and Ramsey Romano's in trouble, and he's gonna get brought down about the 2 or 3 yard line. And to be honest with you, it's one of those cases where it was forward progress stop before this. They're twisting around, throwing him down. Could a whistle been blown? And yes, indeed, the ball's going to be placed at the 9 rather than where he landed, which is somewhere around the 2 yard line, I believe, O'Day. So thank goodness for that. There was a whistle. I did not hear it. So that's not a way to start a drive, not a way that Valhalla wants to start this drive as they try to answer Mira Mesa's score, 21-21. Once again, a lot of pressure, and he's going to be brought down right on that goal line. They're going to give him, wow, once again, folks, they're going to give him not in the end zone. That's not a safety, and they're going to put that out once again. And I do apologize for not having a better angle. Yeah, so it looks like the 3 yard line. That's going to bring up third down, and O'Day, I don't know what you know about football, but these are one of these throwaway downs sometimes when you're this deep in your end zone. Are you going to see a draw? You're going to see a screen. What are you going to see here to just try to give your punter something? And we're going to have a simple handoff, and there is no simple handoff when you talk to Jihad Elder. I know that was not a big gain, but he's so quick that honestly when he takes the ball, you think something magic's going to happen. He didn't break free that time, but, we may see something a little bit later. That's going to bring up fourth down. And Ian Hendrickson's going to come out and kick for the Norsemen. And he's not on the end line or anything, but he's in the middle of the end zone. But if you're Mira Mesa, this is the perfect time to bring everybody. And they do have somebody back in Addison Morrow at about the logo, right at about the 50-yard line, looking to retrieve this punt. But you'd think they'd have to be looking to try to get through and maybe get a block here, being so crammed back there in his own end zone. And the kick does get away. Not a lot of pressure. Valhalla did a good job of blocking that. And Morrow takes it at the 46-yard line, and he's up already into Norseman territory. Across the 40 out of bound at about the 39-yard line, 38-yard line. So, tale of two halves. That phrase gets used a lot, but it's very true of tonight. Very dominant first half. And I'm sure somebody will be saying, well, Owens, you jinxed this. You talked about how great Valhalla looked. And they did look, and it looked great. And Mira Mesa is looking great now. So we have a tie ball game, 40-yard line, just a hair over the 40-yard line of Valhalla. And it's time for Valhalla's defense to toughen up right here and put a stop to this. So what has Mira Mesa had success with as of late? They've had some timely passes, but really just the scrambling ability of Lomax and some key runs here and there has put them in a pretty balanced attack. There's a fumble on the snap. Lomax is going to fall on it, and it'll be a Marauder ball, but that's going to help move the chains in the correct direction for Valhalla. So, just talking a little bit about what Mira Mesa did last year. They were 5-5-1. I believe they played in the playoffs. They lost their opening round. But, they're coached by Gary Blevins, who's been there 18 years. So, obviously, they've had a lot of consistency, and the consistency typically breeds in success. And so they definitely have had that, as the botch stat that I mentioned earlier about them being in the top 10 Union Tribune team since 2004. So Lomax, a little pressure. When he feels that pressure, he takes off and run, and that's where he's most dangerous. He's going to pick up a good amount of those yards he lost and then some. He's going to bring up third down in a fairly manageable, well, no, we're going to move it back a little bit. It'll be about 3rd and 9, I believe. Okay, we're back live. We lost internet connection a little bit. That was 3rd down, and it looks like Valhalla stopped him short. It'll bring up a 4th down, and I believe that, no, excuse me, that was 2nd down. This will bring up 3rd down. We lost internet and connection, and hopefully we'll get those problems fixed by next week. So hopefully you're refreshing your page and you're back with us. So 3rd down and 6 for the Marauders. 4:50 left to go in the 3rd quarter. It's been a Valhalla first half, a Marauder second quarter-ish towards the end, and most of this second half have been dominated by Mira Mesa, all tied up at 21 apiece. Ball on the 26-yard line of Valhalla. Loma, all right. And it appears to be some movement on the offensive line of Mira Mesa, and that's going to push them back 5 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11, which is good news for Valhalla. Okay, so here we go. 3rd down and 11 from the 31-yard line of Valhalla. 4:12 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Here comes Lomax in the shotgun. He is a one-back set, and we have a guy in motion. It appears to be Brandon True. And flush from the pocket. He's going to pass this time. That's going to go directly into the ground, and that's going to be 4th down. One of those few times where Lomax didn't take off and run and get a big gain. And quite frankly, he had a little bit of running room in terms of his athletic ability. I think he could have, once again, I'm not down there, but from this distance, it looked like he had a little bit of room in front of him. That's going to bring up 4th down and 12. And once again, this is definitely a place where they're going to go for it. I don't know much about their kicker, but obviously in this situation, really you're not in a bad spot to go for it here on the 31-yard line. At this point in the game, your odds in your favor. Even if you throw an incomplete pass, you still giving your defense a big part of the field to defend. Lomax back to pass. He's going to get flushed from the pocket. He's going to get outside, and there's going to be a hold here. And Lomax got dinged pretty good. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Nice defense. There's going to be a hold here or a clip. Definitely, I think, obviously on Mira Mesa here, but Lomax got laid out pretty good as he was releasing that pass. And that's going to be a declined hold. That's going to be a change of possession. Valhalla's defense made the stand that they needed to do to kind of hopefully switch momentum for the Orange Nation. And here comes your offense out to take over on the 31-yard line. Now, Ramsey Romano takes the field with his Norseman. Obviously a lot better than where he started the last possession, which was deep inside his own territory.
Our defensive line had a very great tackling there and was able to put a lot of pressure on Mira Mesa. Gave us the ball back on 4th down.
It appeared this time that they did a good job of keeping Lomax inside. He's been able to, he's a left-handed quarterback, so he's going to roll to the left. He's been able to get outside quite a few times, and there's a draw up off to the right side. There goes Elder. That's a nice chunky yards there on 1st down. But what we were saying is Lomax, obviously a left-handed quarterback, able to roll out to the left, and he's pretty much had that whole sideline to himself. He sneaks down there, very shifty player, and it looked like maybe with the ends, maybe getting outside, pinching down, keeping him in the middle, and he didn't feel as comfortable throwing when he was able to roll to the right or when he was hemmed in. Another nice gain there. And the offensive line from Valhalla looking pretty perky right now in the running game, and we don't give enough credit to the offensive line. I'll tell you what, it's been said many times. They're the unheralded heroes of the team. Quite honestly, anytime you have success.
Motion man number 9, Edgar Diaz takes the handoff.
Yeah, Edgar Diaz, number 9, on the carry there, on the sweep there, on the motion. And not much gained, if anything, maybe a little bit of loss here. It's going to bring up 2nd down. We have an official timeout. Looks like we may have somebody getting up a little slowly, and that looks like number 2, which is Amaro, which offensively has been a big impact player for Mira Mesa. Although he is walking off under his own power, you know, maybe a little cramp or something. I mean, I hate to speculate what his injury is, but we know that he has been an offensive force, and he is out for this play. That will bring up 2nd down. I'm sorry, we're going to actually have a procedural penalty against Valhalla. Did not see that.
Neither did.
So we're going to replay 1st down. We're going to march him back a few yards, and we're going to try to do this all over again. So far my observations of Valhalla's offense this year, what's different? Well, they're running the ball, seems to be a little more than they did last year. And not all bad. They've looked pretty good doing it. There's Diaz in motion again. We're going to fake to him this time. And it looks like Elder up the middle for a few yards. So that's going to bring up 2nd down. Oh, big catch right there. That is the Ben Howard. Apologize, just looked down for a second, and sneaky, athletic, and fast, maybe even a little feisty. Ben Howard brings that ball down, and we got a 1st down for Valhalla, and they're marching right into Marauder territory. It seems like it's been a while since we've threatened to score, and we're inside the 35, but we'll call it the 33-yard line. Once again, no huddle offense for Valhalla. Pistol formation. Got 3 receivers to the left. We're going to get it off to Nehemiah Brown. He's been dangerous all night, big play all night. We're going to get a flag, and then typically in that area it could be a hold, and that could be coming back. And then sure enough, we do have a hold against Valhalla. That's going to bring back that nice 5-yard gain, and it's going to be a loss of from the spot, and we'll see where they're going to spot the ball. All right, so we're going to see where they're going to spot this football. All right, so that's a pretty hefty walk back there for Valhalla, just as they were getting things going in the right direction. Still 1st down and quite a distance. Edgar Diaz in motion. Ramsey takes that snap. We got a little bit of pressure. We got a screen, and Ben Howard with the catch off the screen, and he's going to get up to the line of scrimmage. So one of the big question marks for Valhalla this year was the offensive lineman. They replaced so many starters throughout. I mean, you had some pretty impressive athletes that have left the program. But you got Kyle Myron, Hunter Davison, Justin Salee, Mike Mansour, just to name a few that have been doing pretty well. You got Cole Anderson, who is part of our package that we showed this last week. So if you want to figure out what Cole Anderson's doing, you can go look at that. So we got 2nd down, nice deep pass out, and that's going to be caught. Beautiful pass, perfect pass, I should say. Brian Macias brings that in, and what a nice gain at the absolute right time for Valhalla. once again, no huddle. They're going to get right up to the line of scrimmage. They're short of the first down, so we're going to see what they got in their bag of tricks here. Coach Colin, as the kids call him, the offensive coordinator, done a pretty darn good job tonight calling the plays and getting them all down the field. So that's going to be pretty close to see, and that looks like it was another carry by Elder on third down. And I got an official is going to bring up fourth down. And Valhalla is saying we're going to go for it on fourth down. Ramsey Romano going to be under center, and we'll see what he does with it. And we're going to get a sneak, and we're probably not set. And that's going to be not good. You know, first game of the year, going to hurry up, fourth and short. Okay, what do I know? We were perfectly set. I guess Mira Mesa was in the neutral zone. So, yeah. Hey, we'll take that. What do I know? So, first down for the Norsemen, a little bit of gift for the Marauders. One of those things we're going to bring to you in the next couple weeks is more stats. And right now I'm thinking, how many penalties has there been tonight? And honestly, sadly, I cannot tell you. Ramsey with a lot of time, throws back across his body. Macias, nice catch by Macias. Great move to get it down to about the inch line. We'll call the 1 yard line. Valhalla's back in business. Brian Macias has been quite a weapon here tonight. Seems to find him there, hanging out, making some nice moves down to the 1 yard line. No huddle. Here comes Valhalla getting those linemen lined up right there on the 1 yard line. We got Sol Elder in the pistol behind Ramsey Romano. Sol Elder into the end zone, and there's your touchdown. So Valhalla finds the end zone, first time in the second half. It's good to be back, I'm sure, for the people in orange. And those cheerleaders are going to be doing some more push-ups. It's now 27-21, 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Valhalla jumps back on top after sharing the lead for pretty much the whole third quarter, or good half of it.
They've gone back to their first half routes and are making plays again.
So Henriksen back out there to kick the point after attempt. You know, we talked a little bit at the start of the broadcast about Valhalla's season last year. They lost 4 games. Outside of the Helix game, every one of them was close. Missed kicks, phantom whistles. At the Oceanside game, if you do know any players or any members of the coaching staff, my advice to you is don't bring up the Oceanside playoff game to them, because that's something that makes them feel pretty ill, and they get angry, and that's not a good thing to do. So obviously, great season last year. Lost a lot of seniors that went on, some of which are playing collegiately, and that's a positive for this program. This program is continually churning out players that are going to play at the college ranks, different divisions. Obviously, we've had a 1 or 2 that have gone to Division I, and we're getting more and more in the Division II and Division III ranks in the community colleges and things like that. So this program definitely on the rise. Last year, I think, probably had to be one of the more surprising performances. It was Coach Bussey's first year, Charles Bussey, first year as head coach of Valhalla. He had been a defensive coordinator for the semi-pro San Diego Stallions for a number of years, and was quite successful there. And he also coached at Valhalla before that at the varsity and junior varsity and freshman levels. Very knowledgeable coach. He's a teacher here on campus, which I think makes a big difference in how kids respond when they know their coach is right there on campus. So first game of the second year as head coach, up 28-21 with 35 seconds left to go in the quarter. And we'll see how this thing unfolds. I have a good feeling that this game is going to be a pretty good one all the way down to the end. So if you're sitting somewhere and you're able to watch us and you're able to stand me talking, stay tuned to our YouTube channel here, our Play On channel, and look back and enjoy. So Ramsey Romano's kick does not make it into the end zone, and it's brought out to about the 31-yard line. Pretty impressive return there for number 19, Deuce Bingham, who's a senior for Mira Mesa. So here comes Mr. Lomax, Trey Lomax. Definitely a fun quarterback to watch, very athletic. He's going to come out, bring this offense out, and see what they can do. Obviously, they have established themselves in the latter half of the last 2 quarters of play. Defense seemed to figure out them a little bit. And, we talked at the beginning of the broadcast, too, a little bit about the size difference. Size versus speed was talked about by coaches and players. So far, both teams have seemed to have been able to be physical and also demonstrate speed. So, maybe height here and there is a little different, but it doesn't seem to be a factor yet. Lomax's pass is incomplete on the slant to number 7, Xavier Smith. Incomplete pass, second down off the play action. And once again, they're getting a little contact on Trey Lomax back there, and that's got to be good. He's got to be thinking about it, you would think, and hopefully, that'll lead to a turnover maybe here soon for the Norsemen.
And speaking of Coach Bussey, as we were earlier, he's featured in both of our packages that have you can be seen on our YouTube page, so check him out.
And if you have an idea for Orange Nation TV, if, for instance, you have a really cool story to tell, that's a big carry right up the middle there by, I believe, Jordan Rysdam. That's going to give them a first down. If I were to make an observation or a guess, Rysdam appears to be the more pounding back that they have. He's actually carried the ball between the tackles quite well tonight. Rysdam is a senior. He also plays linebacker, and he's 5'10", 195 pounds. Pretty decent size, high school level running back, and very physical play. All right, we're going to get a timeout right here, and I think Mira Mesa's called this timeout. We'll update our stat. Oh, sorry. What am I? I was just told the most obvious thing. It is the end of the quarter. So I get so in love with what I was saying. It's the end of the quarter. So after 3 quarters, it's 28-21. Mira Mesa is down a touchdown to Valhalla. So back to what you were saying, O'Day. You can finish that thought. You had a great thought about where you could go to hear more about Coach Bussey.
Our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Orange Nation Valhalla, will have all of our games, all of our packages that we show, and hopefully other things that Orange Nation TV decides to go to. It's also where we live stream these videos along with Play on Sports' network and their website, and that is youtube.com/Orange Nation Valhalla. You can subscribe, comment, like, give us feedback, send us a message, do whatever you like, and so we can get feedback to help make it better for you guys.
Well, that's good news, and we encourage you to go check out that website. More views, the better for us. And also, if you have a comment, like I was saying, if you have something you'd like to see covered, maybe you have a granddaughter that goes to Valhalla that's really good at cheer, and you want to hear about the cheer squad. We're going to actually be doing a special on the cheerleaders coming up here in about a week or two, so be looking for that. But let us know, orangenationtv@gmail.com. Get us a message, and we'll be more than happy to try to help you out. There's Rysdam again. Once again, Rysdam, a nice carry. That's going to put them right into a little bit, right about the 50-yard line for the Marauders.
Great stop by our defense after a large run by
Okay, pass tomorrow. A nice leaping grab to get that. He's pushed out of bounds, and it appears that Nehemiah Brown there on corner was right there and helped him get out of bounds. But nice catch by Morrow over his head. That's going to bring up second down, and that's going to move the chains. It's going to bring the chains, move the chains. First down and 10 for Mira Mesa. They are now into Norseman territory. 11 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter play in our season opener, our inaugural webcast for Orange Nation TV. Swing pass out to number 1, and that was darn near close to being a backwards pass. That was to Brandon True. It would have been more exciting had it been a backward pass. We could have picked that one up and taken it maybe back the other way. Once again, just to tell you a little about it, if you missed the beginning of our webcast, Orange Nation TV is a student-run TV station or TV web channel. My name is John Owens. I am not a student at Valhalla. but I'm a student of life, right, O'Day? But I am helping out. I'm a teacher here with our program, but we're going to get you more students doing more. So keep tuning back in because it won't just be me monopolizing all the time. We got a handoff to Jordan Rysdam. He's right up the middle, and they're starting to soften up that Valhalla defense a little bit. That's going to be a pretty easy first down. Of course, I say that's easy. I didn't have to run it. I don't know if I could run 10 yards anymore. That's sad, but it's true. First down for Mira Mesa. So, once again, if I was a guessing man, I think we'd see, or a betting man rather, I think we'd see Mira Mesa doing a little bit more of this power running game. They're finding success for it, and with it, it's pretty much risk-free. Obviously, there's no interceptions to be had. Valhalla seems to have made some changes that Lomax, who had a lot of success getting out of the pocket earlier, is not seeming to have that, and they're having a lot of success. And we faked pass, or handoff. Here goes Lomax, and they had him for a loss, and he was able to get a few yards here. And no sooner did I say that Lomax couldn't get out of the pocket any longer, and just sheer speed. This is not going to go down as some huge gain that that's going to be featured on any sort of local news. But definitely shows his athleticism, his speed, and his ability to get out of trouble. That's second down, and he did pick up a decent gain actually. 9:54, that clock is rolling right down for the end of this fourth quarter. End of our inaugural broadcast for Orange Nation TV. 28-21 is your score. Valhalla has led with a few exception of about 6 minutes of tied football. Fake pass right up the middle.
Right up. And
he slides. Didn't want any contact there. It goes, Trey Lomax for really up close to, just waiting for the spot of the ball. We're going to have an official timeout. We're going to have a measurement, I believe. Yeah, we're going to have a measurement. First measurement of the night, and that would be the first measurement in the history of Orange Nation TV. And if you're at home, wow, you're a part of this. And there's no need to set the DVR because you can come back and watch this game on demand, probably within just a few minutes right after this broadcast is over. And some of you that have been listening to the whole thing say, well, why would I want to watch this again? Well, the problem maybe the next time you could just shut the volume down. You don't have to listen to me, or you don't have to listen to O'Day, but you should listen to O'Day. O'Day says good things. And you can watch, and it's going to be short. It's going to be short. That's going to bring up just a few inches for the Marauders to get that first down. But anyway, as I was saying, watch it again. Send the link to your aunt. Send the link to a friend. And that's what it's there for. Orange Nation TV, giving you really the only coverage of all things Orange, I'm guessing. All right, here come the Marauders. They're going to run right up to the line. And I just heard a great idea from the stands. Watch the deep ball. Why not? 3rd and inches. I mean, this is definitely going to be 4th down territory. So Lomax is going to be back in his traditional shotgun. You got Jordan in the backfield with him, and Jordan moved a little early, but nobody's going to call that. They're going to get him for a loss, but I think we're going to get a face mask.
Oh.
I think we're going to get a face mask on Valhalla. To be honest with you, there's about 2 things that happened wrong on that. And the first one is the running back, number 33 from Mira Mesa, I believe moved before the ball was snapped. That may be the flag. If not, it was a kind of a high tackle. I mean, I don't know why. It did appear to be a face mask, or at least a grazing of the and that's what the call is, face mask. So I can't tell you down in distance very well, but I can see a face mask like nobody's business. So maybe that's another reason why you should keep listening and watching our broadcast, our webcast. So that's not good for Valhalla. That's gonna bring back 3rd and 1. Excuse me, first down after the face mask. First down for the Marauders from the 22-yard line of Valhalla. It's 28-21 Valhalla. We're under 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. It's been a very exciting, very entertaining first game of the season for us and for both teams. Fans have to like it. And there's Jordan, and he's going to be, once again, he bounces off a tackle, and he's going to get into about down to the 7-yard line. And we were talking about, Jordan Rysdam earlier. They'd been starting to give him the ball more, chipping away, chipping away. He's 5'10", 195 pounds, and he bounced off the first tackle. And once again, he seems to be pretty tough runner to bring down, and he seems to be kind of the go-to bread and butter guy. So we're inside. The ball's going to be placed at the 8-yard line, and really this opens up the offense for Mira Mesa quite a few directions. Lomax could run. We could see a pass to any one of the big targets. Number 14 is the biggest target on the field, and that's Dante Nolan at 6'4", 220 pounds. Fakes that handoff, and there's a jump ball to the corner, and that's going to be incomplete. It was a jump ball. Morrow actually holds onto the ball right now, but the officials are going to say that it was either juggled or made contact with the ground, but he did throw a jump ball that could have actually been intercepted as well. Could have been a jump ball. It could have been anybody's ball. And that's going to bring up second down for the Marauders from the 7-yard line. So basically, if Valhalla could get a stop, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is 4-down territory, even though it's not that late in the game. But I haven't seen a field goal attempt other than a point-after attempt all night. So we'll see what they do. Here's Lomax. You got Risedam in the backfield. You have his big target, or one of his big weapons out, Brandon True, and that's a handoff to Risedam, and he's going to walk into the end zone, and that's a touchdown. Man, it's not going to be too hard to guess who's going to get the ball.
Yeah.
He's been a force, and one of those things is we improve our webcast to you. We're going to bring you a lot more statistics. Right now it would be wonderful to know how many carries and how many yards Jordan Risedam has had. And I'll tell you, I can't tell you how many yards he's had, but I can tell you he's been as big an impact player that Mira Mesa has had as anybody. I mean, obviously Lomax would be the easy a person to assume to be the player there that's led them, but obviously Risedam's played a huge factor in their success. That was Miguel Renteria, and he kicks the PAT, and it is true, and it is 28-28, 7:46 left to go in the fourth quarter. We're back to a tie football game. So you got 7 minutes, 46 seconds. Both these teams have put together methodical drives, and they've put together pretty fast drives. So, you know, you could have conceivably 2-3 scores before this game's over, or, you know, somebody could go on a nice long drive and eat up the rest of this clock. Both teams have all their timeouts. So we, you know, really, you could have a pretty interesting situation. So if you're just tuning in, and you don't really tune in to the internet.
Yeah.
If you're just logging in, or if you're just going to our channel, we welcome you. And you probably picked up a pretty good time to be part of this webcast. We're getting a little better.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep, definitely.
That's my opinion. And we got some cool graphics that O'Day's putting out there. And we got a pretty exciting ball game here. 7:46 left to go in the fourth quarter. Valhalla and Mira Mesa tied up. And here comes Mira Mesa, the Marauders kicking it off to the Norsemen. That ball is not going to go into the end zone. We're going to field that ball at the 12-yard line. And here comes, I believe that was Elder that brought that ball up to the 22-yard line. For a second there, I thought we were going to see a reverse. Maybe I just get too excited. He kind of made a shift towards he's going to the other side of the field, maybe handed it back off to Brown. But that was not the case. First down and 10 for the Norsemen. Ramsey Romano's had a pretty good start tonight. Definitely looks pretty cool and confident. This is not an easy first test for any starting quarterback, playing a team that is well-respected, that has done quite well historically, and has big physical players. So hats off to Ramsey Romano. This game's not over, and I'm sure he's not going to care if he doesn't win one way or the other what Orange Nation TV thinks about his performance. But so far, so good. Offensive line, a big question mark coming into this game, and they've given up a sack or two, but to be honest with you, I'm pretty impressed with their overall play. Lots of weapons. We'll see those weapons. Howard, Elder, Brown, Macias. Edgar Diaz goes in motion. Play action pass. Ramsey Romano gets a nice out to Macias. It is complete. Macias still, Macias. As you can see, I didn't need to add to the excitement of that fall, but it was a great catch. Just lost his footing and just sat down a little bit there, and that's some nice first down gain. The ball, all of a sudden, Norsemen are out to the 40-yard line. Once again, no huddle, traditional no huddle for Valhalla. This is not unusual for them to not be in a huddle. Pistol formation for Romano. Fakes the handoff, a little bit of a bobble, and that read, I don't know if that is a read or if it appeared to me Romano was reading the end there, but Elder gets the ball and not a good first down play for Valhalla. So, set back a few yards. The clock is rolling. We're under 7 minutes here in the fourth quarter. And here comes Valhalla. Once again, there and there's got receivers moving across the field. That was Macias in motion, and here comes Ramsey on the option, and he fakes that pitch. Nice move. Ramsey Romano, he's off to the races, folks. Ramsey Romano, pretty fleet of foot, but you know what? Who brought him down? Another pretty fast guy in himself, Addison Morrow. Nice tackle, good angle on that, but not before Ramsey Romano can bust off a chunk of yardage. The Michigan Wolverine baseball player, scholarship winner, showing what he can do with his legs. So that's pretty exciting stuff. 6:31 to go in the fourth quarter. We got Valhalla on the Viking path. Anyway, I'm not going to explain what a Viking means, and I just realized I just went nerd on everybody. It means aggressive. Anyway, here comes a pitch to Brown around the corner. Brown is going to take it down to the sticks. Is he in? Is he in? Did he hit the pylon, or are they marking him down? Although if this is like anything else I've said tonight, it might have been like the 5-yard line. But it does appear that he is down somewhere near the goal line. Have they spotted the ball anywhere? Oh, 2-yard line. So once again, I got a kind of an interesting angle where I see this. 2nd down and 2. And could have been a bobbled snap. Aaron might have just had a sneak there. If you have ever been in Valhalla's booth, you know that there's a large beam, and I am sitting behind the beam. So I can look to my right, look to my left, but in between that beam blocks my view. So it is going to be 3rd down for Valhalla, and it'll be on the 2-yard line. 5:49, that clock is rolling. Macias is in motion. Ramsey Romano waiting for the snap, and he gets it, and we're going to have probably a motion penalty. Romano walks into the end zone, but that's not going to count. I'm thinking we weren't set. Yep, it's going to be an illegal motion on Valhalla. So not a good penalty there. That's going to move him back 5 yards, 3rd down and 7 from the 7-yard line. 5:39 left to go in the fourth quarter. Starting to get near that time where you start to realize how precious those timeouts are. Both teams have both.
Yeah. All three.
And so makes for an interesting finish to this game. Knocking on the door. We do know that Valhalla can kick field goals, and you would think if they don't get in here, that's something that they would consider doing. 5:39, as stated before, both teams full complements of timeouts. Plenty of time for this to get even more interesting as this game unfolds. Ramsey Romano walks out after getting the play signaled in from the sideline. Ramsey Romano with the fake. He's got the ball. He's got Macias. Yeah. Macias is going to be marked just short. Oh. He's marked just short. I mean, really, I don't know how much more short if you could ever be. He caught the ball, and the official ran right out, and we're going to be right on the goal line. Ramsey Romano takes the ball, quarterback sneak. He's in, but they're going to call a false start against Valhalla. We weren't set. That's twice tonight, I believe. Well, actually, last time was offsides. And Valhalla's got to have to watch they're going to have to watch themselves here a little bit. It's a flag that obviously was not in Valhalla's favor. Fans are not happy. Players have been working all night, working really hard. And I understand the frustration. As somebody who used to walk the sidelines and has probably said his fair share of choice words over the years, most of them ignorant and stupid, but nonetheless, I understand the emotion of it. But I think another flag was thrown afterwards, and that could be a unsportsmanlike penalty against Valhalla. And that's going to be unfortunate because now it made a chip shot field goal. Even with the 5-yard penalty, a chip shot field goal, a little more interesting field goal because I don't know if you've ever kicked a field goal before, O'Day, but it's not the easiest thing to do. And if it's the game opener and maybe you've never kicked a field goal before in front of a pretty large crowd here at Valhalla, it makes things more interesting. So obviously, if mics might be picking up, the Valhalla fans not too pleased with that call. But, you know, to be honest with you, it seemed like I don't want anybody to shut off the internet on me now, but it seemed like a pretty fair call in my opinion. See, I am a homer, but I have a touch of reality there too. 5:16 left to go in the ball game. It looks like we're going to see a field goal kick here. We got Ian Hendrickson out. This will be his first field goal attempt of the season.
It's about.
Ian Hendrickson is a senior, 6'2", 145-pound kicker. And we'll see what he can do for his first attempt of the 2012 season. If it's good, we're up 3. If not, you're going to give Mira Mesa, and it's a muffed snap, and it's going to not even get the kickoff. It's going to be Mira Mesa ball, 32-yard line. And to be quite honest with you, that's a heck of a momentum shift. You go from an inch line, you go from an official making, you know, once again, I'm not on the goal line, but an official making a call on the goal line saying Macias is not in the end zone to movement or illegal procedure, move back 5 to unsportsmanlike conduct. So you go from an inch line, an inch either way, being up a touchdown, to not having any points at all.
Yeah.
And once again, that is, you know, really why I think football might be, to me, the best game there is. And I know we could have a debate over that. And if you want to debate that, send us a tweet or write on our Facebook page or write us an email. But quite honestly, high school football is beautiful to me. It's a great sport. And you're seeing two teams that I think are very well coached, seem to know what they wanted to do when they came in. Unfortunately, things went a little south there for Valhalla when really you were hoping, you know, they'd punch that in.
Now we just need our defense to pick it up for us again, and hopefully we're going to get the ball back soon.
So Lomax and company, he throws that ball out to, and we're going to get so he's going to get a short gain out to number 7. Number 7 in my roster is Xavier Smith. I think he's had a couple grabs tonight for the Marauders. So if you want to know if Macias was actually in the end zone, like I do, I'm going to go home tonight. I'm going to watch this game on demand.
Yep.
And, you know, I'm not going to fast forward to that play because I'm going to want to hear myself. But for you, you can go back. And, by the way, hopefully by the middle of next week, we'll have maybe that play on one of our highlights.
We never know.
Yeah, well, but be putting a highlight package together next week from this game. So make sure. And Jordan Reinsdam gets the ball. But this time Valhalla has spelled that one out. As most of you, Reinsdam was a big part of Mira Mesa's last couple drives, and they went back to that, and Valhalla was able to spell that one out. So they lost about a yard on the play. 4:47 left to go and counting. Fourth quarter, third down. You can hear the fans get to their stands, stand up in the stands, because this is a pretty big down.
It is.
You stop Mira Mesa here, you're going to force them to punt. You're going to probably have pretty good field position, and Valhalla has proven the last 2 drives that they can move the ball against Mira Mesa in pretty much any way they want. They just couldn't put it in the end zone.
Especially with people with Nehemiah Brown.
That's right,
running the ball.
All right, 3rd down and 6, and that has to be a flag. That they're going to run the screen. There's no flag. Jordan Reinsdam actually went in motion and was facing the line of scrimmage. You can move backwards, but it looked like he was running parallel to the line of
I thought
his
that's
shoulders.
what it was.
But anyway, definitely it's gonna cause a couple questions from the coaching, no matter what, and maybe they're taking it well. But anyway, it's first down no matter how you slice it. And if that was the intent to go in motion and see what they could draw somebody off, even though maybe it was legal motion, that's a pretty nifty play, and maybe you'll see that in Valhalla's playbook. But Reinsdam, great athlete, had a great game, and he gets the ball right again, and right up the middle he goes. He's going to have pretty much about a 10-yard gain right there. Actually, he's going to get pushed for a few more yards. There's a couple Norsemen in there helped him get a few more yards on that play. So the clock's rolling at 3:39, 28-28. And right now, Mira Mesa making a nice drive down the field there into Norseman territory, off the feet and the shoulders and the legs of Jordan Reinsdam, who's rising to the occasion. And I try not to use dumb phrases, but that was a pretty good one, I might add. All right, here comes Lomax. He's thrown a couple passes lately, but it's really been the running game that's gotten Mira Mesa back into the thick of things, and actually having them threaten to drive down and take a go-ahead lead. There's Jordan Reinsdam again, right up the middle, and same story, different side. And we're going to move those chains again.
One more time.
And first down for Mira Mesa. it's time for Valhalla defense to make a stop. Now, this sounds highly critical. They've played a very good game because there's weapons out there. I mean, this is a team that's very well respected. So Valhalla's defense has been no slouch by any means. But it's time, this is the difference between being a decent team and maybe a pretty good team. Make a stop here.
And if you were to ask most people, this wouldn't be the score they expected.
Maybe not. Rysdam again, and he's going to be knocked down. Not quite as big a gain as last 2 carries, but might as well keep going with him because it's done quite well for Mira Mesa. 2:36 and rolling. 4th quarter, tied up at 28. Jordan Rysdam is taking a second here, pulling up his socks, getting his shoe back on. It looks like he lost his shoe. He may have to come out of play if they have to stop play for him. But he's got to be feeling it by now. I mean, he's taken some hits, but he's delivered them as well because he's not a tiny running back by any means. We'll see what Valhalla's defense can do here and responding to some of the plays that have come their way. And Rysdam gets the ball again, and he's brought down.
Again.
And that was a nice tackle there by number 51. Ryan Arnsbarger, once again, he's also showcased in a package on Orange Nation TV. And one of the things we hope to do is, as we go through our broadcasts, is do a little better job getting you the numbers of players. You know, we haven't been 100% accurate. We've probably missed a few tackles here and there. Mm-hmm. It's not that we don't care. We do care. We're just got to get a little bit better at doing this. You know, just like teams get better at what they do, we're going to get better at webcasting and bringing you this sort of coverage of Valhalla. So that's a timeout. Mira Mesa calls a timeout. That is their first timeout of the second half. They're going to have 2 left, and timeouts are going to become critical. We're 3rd down and 6, and they have it on the 31-yard line. We have not seen a field goal attempt for Mira Mesa tonight other than some point-after attempts. And, you know, that's going to come into play. You know, are they going to kick this if they don't get this? This is as big a play as any. There's 1:37 left to go because really how it could go for Mira Mesa, if they don't get the first down, but they get, let's say they hand off to Jordan Rysdam and he gets, 5 yards on this, why not go for it? Why chance it with a field goal? I don't believe, and once again, this is something that, if I had my CIF book, I don't believe there's, there's 2 different divisions at play here. There's no playoff implications at all. And my experience as a coach has told me there won't be an overtime here. If this ends as a tie, it ends as a tie. There's no overtime. There's no league at play. I believe Mira Mesa is a Division I team, and we're not Division I. So, I mean, I really think that, this last minute 30, you're playing for a win or a lose, but there won't be any overtime. So 3rd down, this is a big play, and the ball's right off to Jordan Rysdam. And, wow, what did I don't want to brag, but I think he's a little short of the first down. And what did I say, Ode? I said, what do? You give it off to Jordan, get him 5. What are you going to do? And they're going to go for it. And they should probably go for it because I don't know anything about their kicker, and no disrespect to the kicker, I don't know. I mean, their punter didn't make the roster, so I don't know about their kicker. But here we go, 4th down. Could be your ball game in terms of a tie. 4th and 1, and if I were a betting man, I think I know who's going to get the ball. And I think his name is Jordan Rysdam, but I could be wrong. Possibly wrong. So we got a timeout here, and I believe Valhalla called this timeout. Valhalla called this timeout, and that would be their first. And, minute 1, these timeouts are important too because let's say they score, and this is the hardest thing as a coach to make this kind of decision. You have 1:01 left. You're playing reasonably well defense. Do you burn timeouts here? So you have time for the ball, to score yourself. And nobody plays for a tie. It's unfortunate that they can't play in an overtime situation, but such as our rules, and those rules are for a reason. Maybe an overtime in a non-divisional, or 2 teams from 2 different divisions that never will really see each other much. Well, I guess they'll probably play next year. Maybe it's irrelevant. Maybe just get kids hurt, and you don't want that either. So, whatever the case may be, here's your ball game to some degree. 4th down and 1, 1:01 left to go. Ball on the 26-yard line of Valhalla. And what do you do if you're Mira Mesa? My guess, if I put the money down, here comes Jordan Rysdam. Jordan Rysdam gets the carry, and he's going to have that first down. So, everybody in the neighborhood probably knew who was getting that ball. I don't think for a second anybody in Valhalla didn't think he was getting that ball. But when you're doing something well enough and you only need a yard or two, why not?
Why not?
You know, back in the day, 10 years ago, they would have probably lined up in an I formation, some sort of power set, but they're doing that out of the shotgun, and that says a little bit about Mira Mesa's offensive line. They're stout. If you looked at them through the line, if you're watching at home, you're going to see some pretty big guys up there. So first down and 10, 24-yard line. And back to the deep pass, and he's got a guy, and that's going to be incomplete, broken up. Nice coverage on the play.
Excellent.
And once I get that number, I'll tell you, number 26 for Valhalla, that's Keith Rogers, who had a brilliant tackle earlier in the game, has made some good plays on defense. Nice coverage there. He had a step. He lost a step on the receiver, but he was able to catch up. He broke that play up. That's nice. Second down. Interesting look there. Nice, actually, pretty good opportunistic move there by, Mira Mesa. They had been running the ball so successfully. Why not take a look? You have a quarterback that has got a pretty good arm. Why not? So second down and 10. 40 seconds left to go in this game. And then we got a handoff to Jordan Risedam. He's right up the middle. I feel like I've said that a lot. And he's been pretty successful. And they're going to, with the time here, we're going to get a timeout by Mira Mesa. I believe that leaves them with one timeout left. We have 32 seconds left to go. And here's the thing, and I don't want to sound depressing or anything to anybody at home that's wearing orange and sitting on their couch, cheering on their favorite orange team, the Norsemen. This is eerily similar to some games last year. Came down to a play, came down to this. And it's tough to lose. It's tough to lose any game. But when you lose close games, especially with the team, and I might be making some assumptions here, but you have a team with a lot of new starters. And, every team's young. I mean, everybody says that. But, hopefully, no matter what happens, this is just game one against somebody that won't matter come playoff time. But they played well. Both teams have played well. I couldn't have probably asked for a better first game for Orange Nation TV to cover. I think it's been a lot of fun, and you're starting to hear that crowd get involved in it. Any thoughts, O'Day, as we wind down this broadcast?
Really exciting game. I'm glad we choose this game as our first. I mean, it's obviously the first home game.
Because we had all those other games we could have broadcast. All right, here comes Lomax. We got third down and 2. He's got nobody in the backfield, so you're going to think, with one timeout left, you'd think it could be a whole host of things because obviously Lomax can run, but one thing you don't have in the backfield is Jordan Risedam. With only one timeout left, have they taken him out of the game basically? And that pass is incomplete, so that's going to bring up decision time, fourth down and 2. I should have paid attention to what hash mark we're on here, but do you run out the kicking? Yes, they're going to run out the kicker. We're going to get to see the kicker in action. Yeah, this is only the second kick attempt by either team all night other than PATs. And so if you watch a lot of college and pro, it's become quite vogue to burn a timeout to ice people. Do you do that here knowing you have 28 seconds, you have an offense that can get down the field and score? Probably not. We'll see what happens here. Number 10 for Mira Mesa, lining up to kick. Miguel Renteria appears to be about it, and the kick is up. And he actually nailed that one. So 23 seconds left to go. 31-28. And there's a lot of celebration going on Mira Mesa's side. You can only hope that Renteria, pretty excited about that kick. Yeah. Maybe he lets this one fall a little short. Somebody like Brown or Elder gets a chance to return this because, let's face it, one thing Valhalla really does have, and that is a tremendous amount of speed returning kicks. So you can celebrate if you're the coaching staff or the players of Mira Mesa, and to be honest with you, odds might be in your favor. 23 seconds left. Valhalla's only got 2 timeouts left. But you are kicking to a pretty dangerous duo back there. And even if they do get a good carry, or excuse me, a good chunk of yards here, you're going to still run the risk of giving up a big play on offense. So, this game is not over. And so if you're at home, once again, there's 23 seconds left to go in the game. It's 31-28. Mira Mesa has taken their very first lead. So once again, like I had told you earlier, eerily similar to some of the games Valhalla played in last year. And that's disappointing. And, to be honest with you, it may be disappointing, but you can't say that it's really a fault of Valhalla to any degree. They played well.
Very well.
what you could say is that Mira Mesa's size, which we thought was an issue at the beginning, at least other people had said it was an issue, might have worn down Valhalla to a degree so that Jordan Reinsdam could really have the night he's had. Once again, I'm kicking myself that we can't bring you how many carries and how many yards Jordan had tonight, but it's actually been a pleasure to watch him run the ball. Obviously, we wish the score was a little different, but you have to respect somebody's performance no matter what uniform they're wearing, and obviously he's a fun guy to watch. And as somebody who likes muscle, tough football, I appreciate what he brought to the table tonight. That kick's not going to get returned. That kick is Renteria, I think, was feeling his oats after that field goal, and quite frankly, he didn't leave anything left. That's quite a kick. So it's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line of Valhalla. 23 seconds left to go. 2 timeouts for Valhalla. Ramsey Romano, first start, could be a hero tonight.
Very possible.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, this could be something we talk about for quite some time. All right, he's going to have his full complement of receivers. You got Macias out there. You got Howard, I believe, out there. You have Elder in the backfield. And Ramsey Romano drops back, of course, as you would expect. He's going to throw underneath the Macias. Macias catches the ball, and he's out at the 44-yard line. Beautiful catch by Macias. Brian Macias has also had quite a night.
Yeah.
And another nice catch for him. They get them right up to the line of scrimmage. 16 seconds left to go in the game. 28-31. Mira Mesa. Ramsey Romano back in shotgun. He throws the ball out. He gets the ball out to John Todd. John Todd catches the ball. Junior, 6'2", John Todd. And he's out of bounds after a short gain. 12 seconds left to go. Ball on the 50-yard line of Valhalla. So I don't know much about the range of Valhalla's kicker, but you'd have to guess. I'm going to say high school football, minimum probably another 20 yards before you can really conceivably think you have a chance. Although I haven't been at practice, I don't know what kind of wind we got going out there, but I'm going to say easily 20, 25 yards more. Ramsey Morano's got time. He throws across. That's got to be pass interference. Ben Howard had absolutely no chance to catch that ball. That's the 2nd or 3rd time Ben Howard has been kind of roughed up trying to catch a ball. That's going to be a no call. That's going to be 3rd down, 6 seconds left to go, and you have to wonder how that doesn't get called. And once again, I couldn't be an official. There's no way. First of all, I mean, my eyesight tonight has proven why I couldn't be an official. It's a tough game. It's a fast game. There's some really good athletes out here, so I'm going to give people the benefit of the doubt. One thing I know, that's a pretty tough call to walk away from. But you got 6 seconds left, and to be honest with you, this is probably it. Yep. This is probably it due to time. Unless you can catch one, get down, call timeout, and see what happens. Ramsey Romano in the pistol. He's going to look back. That time's 3, 2, 1. This will be the last play of the game. He's going to let it go. He's got a deep ball in the corner. Macias just out of reach. And there's no flags. And this game is over. Mira Mesa is going to pull out the victory, 31-28. That is your final score. Let's talk a little bit about this game. We'll unwind a little bit for a few minutes, and then we're going to let you go. First inaugural broadcast of Orange Nation TV has been one for the books and one for the ages, and I hope people get a chance to watch this game. But my first thoughts on this is Valhalla could have a very good season.
Very good.
If they don't let this beat them.
Yep.
I know that's awful simple, O'Day, to say one game, they're young kids, whatever, they'll forget, they'll bounce back. I know Coach Bussey is a brilliant motivator in the sense that he's going to get them in a position where they won't remember this. Here's the thing. There's no moral victory tonight. Valhalla should have won this game.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have won this game. And I don't mean should because they made mistakes or anything like that, but they were right with it. Obviously, Mira Mesa was the favorite. Mira Mesa has to walk out of here feeling like they got an escape.
Yeah.
Jordan Reinsdam for Mira Mesa, it's going to be fun to see what he does in that league. They play in a tough league. They play Cathedral. They play Lincoln, who's got athletes, and they play a lot of good quality teams, Scripps Ranch and whatnot. But let's talk about Valhalla. So next week they have no slouch at all. No. They have a very tough team coming in Madison, who's played in Qualcomm a couple of years, and they've won CIF. They are a very experienced squad, and Valhalla's going to get the best thing they got too. So nothing gets easier from here on, and we know what unfolds in a couple weeks. You got El Toro coming down from Orange County for homecoming in 3 weeks, and you're on the road to Morris in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So Valhalla's got to look at this and realize that it is a disappointing loss but it's not the end of the world. The beautiful thing about being in the division that they're in, and the league they're in, they're going to get a lot of credit for playing this game.
Yep.
They're going to get a lot of, I would think, and we're talking playoffs. This is the first game of the year, but Valhalla plays the way they know they can. This is going to be a memory in just a few weeks. So, what do you think, O'Day? First webcast.
I liked it. Worked out great. We had some problems, but game helped us get more excited, and we worked through our issues. And not the ending we wanted, but it's better than nothing.
That's right. Just a few more things, and we're going to wrap things up from Valhalla High School. If you want to see this game again, and I could see maybe you don't want to see the end again, but there were some nice plays, and definitely these kids worked hard, and they deserve another look at this game. It's going to go right to demand here shortly, and you can see that on our site. If you want to see any of the packages we've made about Valhalla football, they're also on our Orange Nation TV channel.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you can like us on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter. You can also go to the Valhalla website and see some of the packages we've done there. On Tuesday, we're going to film another package to get ready for the very next game. We're also going to be looking at volleyball here soon. So there's a lot of things. It's not just sports, too. We'll be covering a lot of the other activities going on at Valhalla.
Including Odin's March.
That's
coming
right.
Up.
So if you tuned in tonight, or you logged in, or you went to our station tonight and listened to this game, we really appreciate your time. And we hope that you will make this a regular occurrence. We'll be covering all the home football games. Once again, if you have a question or comment, send it to orangenationtv@gmail.com. My name's John Owens, and I'm here with O'Day Youssef. On behalf of Orange Nation TV, we thank you for being part of our very first webcast.
Thank you.
Thank you, and have a great evening.